Hello, everybody. I don't know if you can hear the construction sounds, but I don't know what's wrong with my upstairs neighbor. I know that in Singapore, as long as you don't make a big renovation, you don't need to ask for a permit, and you can do it at any time. But legit, these days they've been doing it daily, so I'm like, wow. Yesterday they didn't do, which is great, but today, I don't know what they're hammering every single day. Does it take such a long time to, let's say, build a furniture? I've built a furniture before, but did I hammer a lot? Nobody knows. Humans are weird. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being the first, Graham. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the alert. Wife says hello and gives well wishes as well. Please send one back from me. I hope you're well. And today we are finally back to this game. The past 2 weeks or so I tried to continue this game, but then, life went like, life just be like, yeah, kind of thing. So I cannot really stream this for a while. But for those who hasn't been here before, this game, as it's as mentioned in the name, we're basically being a therapist for vampires. That's the premise of the game. I is all messed up from my boxing match though, bro. I'm joking. You go to the hospital for it? But yeah. Our main character, aka us, is the cowboy guy over here, Sam. He's a vampire. You see, the eyes are red. But he's learned this method that later is being called cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a legit method for us to so-called therapize ourselves. It's a way for us to train our way of thinking so that we don't keep on, torturing ourselves. Because based on this method, society in the world can be tough, but we are actually the toughest to ourselves, and that's why we give ourselves so-called unnecessary pain. And we thought that helps us, but it's not helping. So yeah. And Sam here, he's sitting with his mentor. If I'm not mistaken, the name's Andy. I think I forgot. But yeah, he's a mentor, he's a therapist. He's way older than us in therapist age. And in the past stream, we've basically dealt with a few clients of ours. And it was tough. One of them is a gaslighter. And when it's when we are being gaslit, this fireplace will burn more. Which is cool. Oh, it's for a retirement match? Most of the time I could fix myself, bruh. As long as you're well, Graham. Pineapple! Why am I supposed to fight you? How's the game going? I just started. I think this is like the next month, because in the past stream, I did finish a few clients, and then now this is like the follow-up visit from the vampires. So yeah. How are you doing? I woke up feeling a bit blah. But then, because, if I put aside my own feelings, my life is okay. So I'm like, I'm good. Official, not retirement. Thank you for the second, Morgie. How you doing, Pineapple Inc? Incorporation. You like pineapples that much? I do like pineapples though. Even though it eats me too. Wait, I thought it was to announce your retirement. Official, not retirement? Oh. My god, thank you, Morgie. Trying to put my feelings aside to be okay with life too. Have you played this game before, Pineapple? But yeah, Sam here, he has a notebook, which is our notebook basically. Let me see. Did I? They have an email but it's vampire email, so it's Vmail instead of Gmail, whatever. It's email for vampires. Oh, there you go. Basically, they're like stuff you take note of. For instance, like the last clients and stuff, which I probably need to like get through it before I get back to the clients. And this is the distortions we've learned. Yeah, we gotta review that too, I think. I haven't played this game for a bit that I forgot everything, I think. I did do CBT myself, cognitive behavioral therapy. I had the journal for it, but I don't do it anymore for so long that I forget shit. That's a lot of writing, I know, right? We're just gonna like lightly go through it, so I don't remember, so I don't forget what stuff I've learned the last time I played this game. But yeah, that's sort of like a graduation stream on. That's valid, Graham. Okay, there's reminders for cognitive distortion. He described it as the funny ways we think. Basically, we vampires or anyone who's living and breathing and talking, we can think in funny ways. Like reality's in front of us, but we just can't see it because we just let our brains and feelings develop what we see. So we develop this thing called cognitive distortion. And what we do is that, we take off the wonky glasses, or we help others take off the wonky glasses by knowing what are the wonky lenses. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. It is based on a real therapy method, that's why. And like, we all make it, whether or not we realize it. It's not weapons to beat ourselves with. They're just way we categorize our thoughts, basically. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up, so yes. We can exhibit more than one distortion at the same time, and that's when it gets a bit difficult. And some distortions are even subcategories of the others. And then, basically this is just one tool of therapy, the cognitive distortion thing. And the most important thing is empathy and compassion. So like, as we go through this, we might recognize it in ourselves, but that's what's important. Just become compassionate for ourselves too. So the first one is Nosferatu thinking. I know there's more of a black and white thinking. So for example, if I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break, and no doubt. So it's like it's a do or die thing. Like it only end up with two stakes: winning or losing, winning or dying kind of thing. Or like either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I'd better just not show up. Or the fate of the Wild West is hanging on this gunfight. The example is like this because Sam is a cowboy, And there's this thing called control fallacy. Basically, we feel like we have the sole responsibility or sole control, or we ain't got hope. Thank you for the alert. Thing is, usually none of them are true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless, and feeling untouchable doesn't mean we're invincible. So the example is like, a vampire shall dominate the mortal world because we have dark powers. Or like, if a mortal discovers our secrets, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. Or like, I can't deal with the bureaucracy of international travel with my coffin. I'm stuck in the USA forever. It's similar to black and white, but it's more on the control side. It's like do or die, and it's only me who can do things, kind of thing. And there's labeling, which is very, very common. I see it in my friends, I see it in myself. I label situation, I label people. Some of my friends just like to call themselves dumb or hee hee ha, and I'm trying to stop them from doing that. So they at least stop for the sake of me, because I'll be like, hey, stop it. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, Pineapple? So sometimes we call ourselves awful names, like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm just like this, I'm like that. But it's like branding ourselves with freaking branding iron, so it's not good. Every time we see ourselves, we'll keep seeing those names. So yeah, it's no good, people. It's no good. So for instance, if we miss that shot, I'm such a butterfinger. Crying over a horse, you're sappy as hell. Like, that fella doesn't like wearing leather, he's only a vampire wannabe kind of thing. I think not having control fallacy might lead to nihilism though. I feel like that's a bit black and white. Like, you know, control fallacy doesn't mean that we don't take responsibility of anything, but the fact, like, we don't let that sense of responsibility weigh ourselves or skew our way of thinking. That's the way I see it. Basically, I feel like control fallacy, black and white thinking, and should statements often get tied together, at least based on my experience in life. But yes. Like, it feels like if we are born a certain way and we have a certain standing in society, I tend to feel like we should have, or they should have, kind of thing, done something more. They shouldn't have done this and that. So for me, this too and should statements always stick together. So if they ask me in the game, sometimes they ask me to like identify one from one sentence. Man, you'll see the difficulty I got to go through, because I'm like, oh shit, what is this again? Yeah, my most general weakness between me and my friends are usually labeling and the should statements. Sometimes we put the should statement on ourselves, sometimes we put it on others. But basically, if we feel like we're a failure because we cannot do shit, because we should have done this and that.
Yeah, my banana is super hard right now.
I know, right? That was Morky, by the way. His banana is super hard right now. It is, because it's easy for us. I don't know what your geographical situation is at, but I'm raised like, okay, I'm an alien, okay? I came from another planet, but then now I live in Asia, right? It's so easy for us to like grow up with standards, with the shield and stuff like that. Bella, hello! How you doing? Like, you know, and I do this thing called ageism. I don't know if that's a real word or something, but it's like, I feel like people of a certain age should be able to do stuff like that. But not gonna lie, right? The standard that I put on like those age, or like on myself, in the end it just hurts us more than it hurts other people now. So like, yeah, that's why short statement is also not good, even though it's the easiest thing to do. I'm feeling called out as I play this game, people. And there's this one, which for me always go hand in hand with labeling, disqualifying the positive. Basically, on the account of the nasty stuff I've done, I can feel like a real good for nothing sometimes. So it's like, oh, because I've been doing this shit, I had a bad habit, that means even if I do a good thing now, it's not gonna be like an equal standing. Like, it won't ever balance out the bad things I did. You know what I mean? Right, hello. I'm just still, trying to review my notes before I start therapizing again. Therapizing is not a word, but I'ma use it. Also, how you doing, Gray? And Bella, how you doing? It's like the positive, like the bad things we did cancel out the positive thing we do. Stuff. There's so much to discuss about this. I know, right? And they're like, our clients later, I'll show you the file. They also have their own like distortions, and at some point I kinda can relate to some of the characters, which is kinda sad. Because they're like super old people and they're dead and they're vampires, you know what I mean? You're doing alright? Hells yeah, that's good. It ain't a distortion to see the positive in yourself or in a situation, it's just being honest. I guess I can turn into a bat, but any vampire worth their fangs can do that. I feel like it's also something like, oh yeah, if they don't feel special, they just like disqualify the positive. I feel like there is a pattern of that as well. She rescued a kitten, but she drinks mortal blood every night, so one good deed means nothing. It's tough. This is tough. This point is tough. Bit tired today, but here's a good place to chill. Hells yeah, and we're gonna be freaking like facing stories that make us question our thoughts and stuff like that. And it is personalization. Yeah, basically we make things personal. Often we assume things happen because of us. Heck, often they do. That's why we get tempted by personalization. We're wrongly linking external events to ourselves in cases where realistically there ain't no definite link. So it's like, oh no, the Vampire Country Club doesn't allow cowboy hats. They made that rule just to discriminate against me. I think this is very common too, isn't it, nowadays? It's like, in a crude way of saying things, bro, the world doesn't revolve around you, man. But at the same time, it's true that it's easy for us to just like fall onto that. Like the cattle got spooked and ran off. They must have been scared of my face, not the thunderstorm. Vampire hunter found my lair. Something about me must have screamed, "Target me!" Nah. Sometimes things happen because people are shit. You know? But sometimes, you know, I kind of feel like this also comes up from like control fallacy, isn't it? Because it feels like if we are responsible, if something happens because of us, then we are in control to actually do something about it. And then because we cannot, no. And then because sometimes we cannot do shit, because we have limits, we're gonna start punishing ourselves with should statements or with labeling and stuff like that. Just insane. Realizing the world does not revolve around me is something I'm still trying to convince myself. Trying to break down my main character syndrome. Not gonna lie, to a certain extent, it's relatable because it feels like sometimes in life, right? If we don't have control, if turns out what we do don't matter, what do we do? You know what I mean? Sometimes I have those thoughts. But at the same time, it's kind of comforting that the things we do don't matter, so yeah, we just do our best and just mind our own lives. You know, people cannot judge us because in the end, we are the one who's living this life. And as long as we bring impact enough for us and our loved one, it's good enough. Kind of thing. Something like that. I mean, like, it, for me, to a certain extent, seeing ourselves as a main character is good. To a certain extent. Like, if we started to be selfish and egoistic and, like, put the weight of the world on our shoulders, of course it's bad. But to a certain extent, thinking of ourselves as a main character means that we can actually, like, take action. You know, there are some people who, including me, who can fall onto the thoughts of like, oh no, there's nothing I can do anymore, I'm not in control and shit like that. So I ended up just being complacent or like just blaming the world, etc. So like seeing ourselves as a main character to a certain extent push us to like do it, just do it. You know what I mean? And for me, it matters. That matters. At one point, I used to think I'm the black cat in my family, which was completely false and stupid thing to think. But sometimes, I guess sometimes it's hard to like get out of that thought because like it feels like I just realized I haven't put my chat overlay out, so let me do it. Konnichiwa! Zars! Wait, give me more. There you go. I'll say it. Does it sound like existential question a bit? It is. It's like, it is a stupid thing to do because in the end we are torturing ourselves for no reason, right? But at the same time, as long as we learn, it's good, isn't it? And sometimes it's easy for us to be biased, especially when it comes to family. And we just like, feel like, oh shit, how come I'm not being treated a certain way? Do they just hate me or something? Kind of thing, you know? Oh my god, this glass is gonna make me be smarter. Look at that. I hope you're well, Edizors, by the way. Thank you for the puppet Sunsun. No! Not the dumb one. Not the dumb sticky note. Queen Sas, how you doing? Have you gotten your... Wait. Today's Monday, right? For you. Have you gotten your work schedule? Can you update me, please? I wanna see if Queen Sas can play with me this weekend or not. This is I'm mostly just going with the flow. I've pretty much given up any control I think I have. control towards other situation, right? But if it's control towards like control over what you're thinking, I feel like it's good to not let go. Baka wow. How we doing here? What else? Oh, we went to personalization. Okay. And there's this thing called emotional reasoning. I know there's a lot of cognitive distortion, okay? There's like 11, 12. Certain websites show 11, certain websites show 12. And in this game, usually you just need to search between like 5. So hard. Trust me, I'm dumb. Oh shit, I cannot label. Shit. But I'm already have a label on my freaking forehead. What to do? Blah, panics. Good. That's good. Are you at work? I don't know that work. I try not to have control over thinking because I tend to do a lot of thought experiments from that. Like what kind, pineapple? That's kind of scary, but like what kind? Emotional reasoning is when we act like our feelings represent reality. Like, oh my god, I got the shivers walking to this ghost town, so it's gonna be haunted. Or like, I feel uncomfortable around them young vampires, they must be up to no good. I think they're talking about like the young kids these days. This horse trader feels trustworthy, so he must be. Oh, we cloud our logic with freaking feelings, huh? It's hard. This part is hard for me. Fair enough, fair enough, pineapple. Oh, did you know? Pineapple skins are like, what you call it? It's not flammable. It's strong against fire. Have you seen that video, pineapple? It's a YouTube video of a guy who tried to make an armor out of like pineapple skin. It's random, but I remember. Right? I'm like, bruh? That's like kinda scary yet kinda epic though. It's like, I feel like the material's kinda itchy, isn't it? You have to post it label, yes, but you also have the label of having glasses, which makes you smarter. They cancel each other out. True. And the glasses stays longer, you see that? You see that? We've got thick skin. Hell yeah. This one personally is hard for me because I'm a gut feelings kind of gal. Then sometimes it's like it's hard to balance like whether or not the gut feelings is true or is it just this, you know? In my opinion, I don't know about y'all. I don't know. I know gut feelings is not a genderized thing, but I know I have a few friends with the same idea as mine, but I don't know. I feel like guys in my life, they just stick to reality and logic most of the time. So I'm like, eh. And for those who don't know, I'm one of those people considered as HSP, highly sensitive person, highly sensitive people. And basically what's going on is that like, I would say it's one kind of neurodivergence. Close to autism, but it's not. But basically there's a certain part of the brain, which I forgot what. I read the book about it, but I don't remember scientific terms. I don't remember what is it about. But there's certain part of the brain that is somehow more receptive to stimulus, stimuli, etc. without me voluntarily doing it. So I get too much information with vibes, etc. more than normal people do, which means I'm overstimulated most of the time and I'm like double the baby. So far, the book tells me that I need to sleep more than normal people. So I'm just a baby. And it's like, it's easy for me to get overstimulated and get cranky as fuck, which is normal for normal people too. And that's why I always tell people to be like, you know what? If you don't feel good, take care of yourself like a baby. I said that yesterday. Minus the diaper. Unless you're like, I don't know, if you have bladder incontinence, etc. I cannot judge you for wearing diaper, but you know what I mean? But yeah. That's why, like, for me, gut feelings and this thing and logic, how do I balance it? It's kind of hard. And that's why I did a lot of, like, this kind of therapy before. I somehow able to escape from emotional reasoning. Like, I subconsciously do that. I'm guessing that must make me super introverted. I used to be, but there are different kind of HSP. I'm sorry, I'm eating a candy, that's why I have a lisp sometimes. Sometimes I reward myself with sweets, so yes. It can be a misconception in a way, like sure, I like my solitude, but at the same time, they're like a kind of HSP who looks for stimuli. So like, yeah, despite me getting overstimulated, I still play horror game and shit like that. So I still have this urge to be like, I don't want to be bored. I want to do something new. And then I get overstimulated and then cranky, you know what I mean? So, in fact, my husband, who is not a HSP, he's more introverted than me. Like, I have more friends, I do more things, I talk to more people and stuff like that. Like, if we go out, even when we meet his friends, right, I'm the one who's chit-chatting. Like, he is the one who's quiet. So, like, sometimes, I think there was a time, I forgot who. Was it a colleague? Or was it a boss of his? He did ask me, like, oh, your husband is pretty quiet, huh? I forgot who. But it's not someone related to me. It's kind of funny. Two narratives, which one helps you better? I think guys, well, whatever gender really, but in this context, still rely on gut feelings often, especially in high intensity situations or ones that require rapid action. I think, in a way, it's like, how do I say this? Shit, I'm not turning my words so that I sound like I'm being not sexist or anything. It's just that I had thoughts about that, but I kinda cannot, like, what you call it, process it right now, Gray. It's something like, you know how general society describe women to be like more sensitive and more emotional, etc. It's true that guys still use their gut feelings, especially on like high stake jobs, right? But women use it on a more, I would say, a more useless kind of useless part of life. For instance, friendship, etc. I mean, it is important, but it's not like if we make a mistake here, we'll die, no? You know what I mean? Wouldn't gut feelings technically be intuition or shortcut way of thinking? Like in math test analogy, having an answer while skipping on showing the solution? Pretty much something like that. But I do have premonition, dream, etc. Not gonna lie, I should have found some other girl who has like another sample. Cause HSP people is like a normal, like it's kind of a special petri dish, you know what I mean? Rota, hello! I'm sorry, I say hi late cause I gotta finish my train of thoughts first. Lee! You're not working from home today, aren't you? Are you? I only remember Monday, Tuesday you don't stream anymore. It's like, okay, now that yeah, I think I'm overgeneralizing, not gonna lie about that gut feelings thing. Because I do have guy friends, including my husband, who's super chill and they really rely on logic. And they barely have like emotional led thoughts, you know? But I also do have friends who are like more careful and more like gut feelingsy when it comes to making new friends. So yeah, it's not a genderized thing anymore, I think. I'm not sure if it's necessarily useless. It can be useless for me, not gonna lie, because it makes me overthink over dumb shit. Morning, Eche! How you doing? Our intuition is tuned towards different persons and environmental contexts. True. Sometimes even what I consider as gut feelings is actually my brain. Like, you know, as we grow up, we store information in our heads, right? So we kinda recognize new situation using old patterns that we got from past past experiences, and then our cognitive biases immediately see it as true because it takes the pattern from the past, which is not necessarily true, but at the same time it has helped me a lot with like decision making and keeping myself safe and sound. And like, it's kind of funny, the word safe and sound itself, Like, my husband always thinks that safe and sound means we still have a home and nobody stab us in the face with a knife. You know what I mean? But for me, safe and sound means that it's stability, emotion, like not just physical, but emotional stability. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna like, you know, we husband and wife, we have like very interesting discussions, not gonna lie, when it comes to stuff like this. Because he's gonna be like, we are safe though, and I'm like, it's not. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Eche, made coffee. I'll feel better once I finish it. Hells yeah. How are you? I'm feeling meh when I woke up, but I just thought, you know what? I'll just do what I need to do. Like, rather than just sitting with the thoughts, I'm just like, yeah, let's do whatever I wanna do. Not gonna lie, I'm planning to get a part-time job outside of streaming, but I must look for one that really like gives me the time to stream, so I don't need to reduce much of my stream time, etc. Because I don't know, side money is always good. I wanna buy stuff. Like, relying it on streaming is obviously not sustainable though. Like, you know, if y'all wanna help with that, there are commands on Twitch and there are like, you know, links on YouTube, you know. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that because maybe it's a change of pace too, so that I can go out from time to time. I still go out, okay, but like, you know, like get my mind out of the PC, you know what I mean? I don't know how to make friends. Really? I come across them accidentally and lose them accidentally. The lose them accidentally is pretty interesting, but communication is hard, Pineapple. I get it. I get it. As we grow up, we store information in our heads. Exactly what I think too. In computing context, it sounds like the concept of caching. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, the different ideas of safe and sound you're describing sounds like different levels of needs being met. Oh yeah, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah, I'm like, I'm a sensitive being, okay? So like, I need myself to be emotionally safe as well. And sometimes that's why I'm more prone to falling into cognitive distortion, not gonna lie. Because I'm just like... like, everything must be like... That's my panic sounds, by the way. But yeah, the way I get out of emotional reasoning is like that. Like, if I wake up feeling meh, I just be like, oh, you know what? I'll just stick to what I plan to do. And slowly the feelings will go away. Back then, I used to be very led by my feelings. So if I wake up and I feel horrible, instead of getting up to get like a jug of water or something, I just be like, I'm like, oh, the day is ruined. If I don't like somehow do things, it's gonna be over. It's Jover kind of thing. That emote's cute. Kind of thing. So yeah, I tend to do the whole like, I'm not clinically depressed, but it's like, you know, the whole it's hard to get out of bed because I'm sad. I used to let myself do that. But yeah, at some point, I try to just do things that I need to do, and if I cannot do it for the day, then I don't push myself. But I'm often like stuck in the cycle where after letting myself rest, I'll feel horrible afterwards because I'll be like, oh shit, I should have done something. Even just a little 5-minute task would have made me feel better, so I just decided to just get up and do it. If not, I'll be stuck in the cycle of like, I'm sad and scared all the time, kind of thing. This in the words, cognitive distortions do seem to be more about recognizing when the mind engages in patterns that diverge from reality. True. And then there's the overgeneralization. You know, like when we say kids these days. Just kidding. It is when we take 1 or 2 experiences and then assume future experiences will always be the same. Like I said, this is hard for me, okay? This is hard. Because every time I get the gut feelings about something, okay, it's based from past patterns. But then I'm always 90% right. So I'm like, hello? Like, I get more database than more people.
Yeah, my
at
banana
least.
is super hard right now.
I say we're overgeneralization as much as possible, but it's super hard to do too. But I think in the end, it's because we grew up like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but like, for me, looking back, this cognitive distortion stuff, right? I recognize it on my parents first. You know what I mean? Nilaj! Oh no, is the song playing? I cannot hear the song. Oh shit, I muted it. There you go. I have a new thing. I'm twerking, look! I'm twerking! No, I muted the sound earlier. It makes me mad. I was testing it yesterday, so... You know how Stream Elements, when you test something, they're gonna like play it on OBS and play it on the freaking website as well. So it's like doubled up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm twerking, look! Alright. That's the thing, my parents and relatives used to do this a lot. Yeah, it's like a generational trauma thing, pineapple. I call trauma. Because it's funnier. Should have done something. I think there's a cognitive distortion for that. Nuh-uh! Kids these days sound like it can often fall into overgeneralization. Yeah. How you doing, Niloj? How's your stream? How's your stream? Did you reach the event part where you can dance to it? Did you dance to it? You should dance to it, man. That's a standard on playing Wuwa, okay. Okay. This example is funny, so I'm read it out. Mortals overgeneralize when they think of vampires date high schoolers, based on that one vampire book they read. That's Twilight, everybody. That's Twilight. Have you played this Coliseum? Oh my god, Pineapple, you called me out. I have. But in the middle of it, I kinda lost my way, so I've been thinking of playing it from zero again. It's so hard to understand though, like, you know, I watched like a psychologist break down the stuff in this Coliseum, and my brain just like empty, you know what I mean? I gotta replay that from zero, cause last time I was too dumb. I was scared of like what you call it? I was scared of exploring too much. So I was scared of choosing weird ass options, etc. So I didn't like enjoy it as I should have been. I feel like, so you know. It is very good, and the games and the song are like pretty chill. The big song and dance number, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, my banana is super hard right now.
It is super hard to understand. I still don't understand most of politics even now, but psychology discussing it's very good. I know, right? I think Dry will like that. I've yet to play that, but I have heard great things, and on the closer end of my backlog, it's good. It's good. It's kind of hard for me to stream because I like to talk, and like that game don't allow me to talk very much. And like sometimes I have this. I feel overwhelmed when I seem like I fuck up at games, especially on stream. So it was hard for me to stream, but I'll get back to it. Maybe I'll finish this game and then I'll finish the DLC, and then to continue the theme of like psychological stuff. Maybe I should play that. Noting down stuff does help. Maybe I should do that. Definitely I should do that. I remember this one guy, the one in the tent, like the youngsters that go be like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Then I'm like, I like to do that with them. Helps to understand the politics a little better. In a way, it seems like kind of a, I don't know, maybe I oversimplified it, but basically there are two factions and there's like some kind of hidden agenda behind it or something, right? I'm just scared of the big guy who can throw us off the freaking bridge. If you stream it soon, it will help push it out of my backlog. Hell yeah. This game's still pretty long though, and looking at this, every time I stream this, it's gonna take a long time. But yeah, we cannot overgeneralize people, that's a note. And then this is the client notes. We have Dr. Drain. He's very harsh towards himself, I remember. He is actually a physician, and he's been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. And then he found a certain substance in the plasma, in the blood, that can be addictive. For me, I think it's just a vampire version of alcohol, because he said that every time he take it, he'll black out, and then when he wake up, it's like a drunk person, you know, Like, he doesn't realize he's partying, Dr. Drain. But he's so hard towards himself, he feels like he cannot catch any break for himself, etc. So yeah. And he's very angry too. It's kinda scary. But at first I thought he's scary, but he's the mildest case. He's the mildest client, I think. But yeah. I'ma sip water. Oh, he's a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. So he's not beaten. He's doing a pharmaceutical research. Yeah, he has a drug, but I feel like the drug is like a vampire version of vampire. A vampire version of alcohol. Drug reactions can make people to overthink too. Yeah, I feel like he's just very, very harsh about himself. Kinda sad. Okay. This is from the first session. Addicted to plasma that makes him black out and do things he dislikes doing. Which is partying, people. He's just going dancing and freaking clubbing and stuff like that, and he hates that. That's why he hates himself. He just needs to take a break. If he takes a break from work, then he just need to party, you know what I mean? Looks at dynamics between multiple people makes sense that it links psychology as a fellow social science. What's great is that, guy, in that game we are actually forming the way of the way of thinking of the main character. Like, he'll have like different way of thinking based on our choices. That's why it's a great game. I heard the studio has closed down though, which is sad. I wish they make another game. Like Disco Elysium, you know what I mean? Basically he likes a logical approach, but his logical is too straight cut. Too clear cut to the extent that he's actually torturing himself with it, I think. He doesn't sleep because he thinks he shouldn't sleep. Irritable because he's not sleeping. Love should statements and maybe a fair amount of disqualifying the positive. Obsessed with work. Doesn't seem to like vampires, which is funny because he is one. I think he doesn't like vampires because they are too free in his eyes. Like, they're too YOLO, you know what I mean? When for him, life is about work and discipline, etc. That's why. I'm covering the notes. Next time I should figure out what the heck this plasma stuff actually does. Okay, that's important, you know. The studio may be dead, but it will live on in Elysium because they made a great game for the looks of it. Yeah, that's why I'm so sad that it ends to begin with. There won't be a sequel. Yeah, the company's great. I thought it's because the company closed down. But yeah, and then we have Isabella d'Este, which is according to Gray last time, she's based on a real person, but we don't know if the real person become a vampire or something. She's a matriarch, which funded the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. I don't know how to read this. And like, she thinks Star Wars is not art. They call Star Wars something else in this game, but in general, Star Wars is an art for her. So she feels like, oh, these days art sucks, kind of thing. She comes from highly aristocratic background, very formal. We need to talk formally with her. Has endured considerable family issues. She's undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have been both meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite. Okay, from session 1 a month ago, Isabella thinks her life was meaningless because modern art is meaningless too. Apparently, this rise of the spacewalker movie set her off. Extremely high-minded, major issues with her former husband, thinks most people are corrupt, especially menfolk. Used to be a devout Catholic, not so much anymore. Likes to be in control, maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time, I'll dig into the family stuff. Seems like there's a lot of anger there. I'm curious. What an unfortunate way to first experience Star Wars. I don't watch Star Wars, by the way. Please don't cancel me, everybody. I don't watch Star Wars. I find it boring. But in the past, I used to think that Lord of the Rings is boring. And then I rewatch it as an adult, and it's good. But Star Wars, I feel like, oh my god. I don't know, it seems too long for me, so yes. Humans have existential mortal crisis, I know, right? I've only watched the first two Star Wars movie. Is it good? Do you think it's good? Maybe I would have enjoyed it as a kid. Oh, is it childish? For context, Rise of Skywalker is the last movie, so why start there? Maybe she thought like, cause it's the rise of the Skywalker, it's like the beginning of everything. Maybe. You know? It's alright, the series is pretty good. Isn't the series good cause of the Baby Yoda thing? Right? I don't know, I don't think I'll touch Star Wars anytime soon. No, like no interest whatsoever. Lord of the Rings are great though. Oh, and you know, the setting of the, what you call it, the Hobbit, you know, the Shire, it's based in Australia, right? In New Zealand, to be exact. They have yearly marathon. Like you can run inside the village. I mean, it's a long route, and it's like near a farming area, so you can like smell and listen to sheep. But I saw the freaking race on YouTube, right? The guy who won it won the One Ring. And I'm like, that's like hella epic. I would love to kind of like experience it once, but I feel like if I don't win, okay, this is an all or nothing thinking, but if I don't win, what's the point? Because in the end, you need to pay for the race, okay? And then it's kind of funny because some of the runners, they cosplay as like Lord of the Rings character. It's epic. I think it's definitely not just Baby Yoda. The original trilogy is a classic hero's journey example of a story. And the prequel trilogy has political flavor. Political flavor means that a lot of conversation is in it. I only know the meme. The higher ground meme. You know, the one where they dub it with like Google Translate but in Japanese, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen. That's a pretty cool marathon, right? And it's in spring, so it feels like it's the best weather to run. But in general, if I don't run in general, I shouldn't be running marathon. I feel like I should train myself first, is what I'm trying to say. I have yet to the second and third Lord of the Rings movie. I watched the 3 of them. So good. So good! I don't know about The Hobbit though. I watched The Hobbit because at some point in my life, I was obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch. And he played the dragon. So I watched the dragon part, and then I fell asleep for the rest of it. But yeah. My sister loved them, but she didn't like the Hobbit movies. Yeah, I heard it's not very good. I watched it because of Sherlock BBC, where Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are like buddies there. And then like Martin Freeman plays the Hobbit, plays Bilbo Baggins, right? Then I watch it just to see him work with Benedict Cumberbatch again. But that's about it. Hiya, Groundo! That's from prequel trilogy. Star Wars spawned a lot of classic memes. A lot I noticed being from the prequel trilogy in the thousands. But Lord of the Rings memes are more usable though, Gry. Do you know? The one where they are in a meeting and be like, shit, I forgot what it said. Damn it. Usually Nick knows. Niloch knows Lord of the Rings well. Benedict Cumberbatch is an author. I know, right? He's a freaking author. But yeah, this is the third client, which for me, I hate him the most, Edmund Keane. He used to be a Shakespearean, I almost called him a freaking sex actor. Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. Very good at the time, but he thinks his acting is the best. Very condescending, and he's a gaslighter. He gaslit me, literally. Like in the game, they actually say it. I'm not mislabeling gaslighting here. He literally gaslit me in the game, so yes. Yeah, the one does not simply. Yes, that one. The one does not simply. It's so good. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. Yeah, and he blames it on alcohol all the damn time. And then when he wanna, instead of rectifying the behavior, he's just blaming it on something else and something else again. This kind of character hits too close to home because I did deal with like a few people like that. Unfortunately, I'm not a therapist in real life. That's why I cannot, I get mad. So yes. Apparently Ed Moonkin is a legit person as well. But we don't know if he really is like this problematic in real life. But yeah. Is he really an alcoholic? Did any of the Google say that? Edmund is afraid to get back into acting because he's afraid of getting anything but universal praise. Oh, that's a good way to summarize him. Self-centered mindset, believes he determines what acting must be, diminishes the thoughts and opinions of others. Champion, gaslighter, tried to convince me I was attacking him. And sees the world through theater. Yeah, he's very extra. We kinda don't like him. Next time I'd like to dig in on where all this comes from. Why is this fella so insecure? Not gonna lie, I kinda can guess why he's insecure, but in terms of like, let's say, performance art of any form, it feels like if it's easy to fall into the notion of over perfectionism. But he's a dick, so I don't wanna. I refuse. I refuse to what you call it, empathize too much. Method actor. Oh, reliance on stimulants. Oh, no wonder he's so extra in this game. And there's this girl. I forgot how to read her name. Maddie. I think we can call her Maddie. Yeah, Maddie. She's Maddie. She's from the prehistoric Ireland, but now she's a freaking streamer, an OnlyFans creator. She lived mostly alone, grew up among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords, and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She's a streamer. She has expressed frustration at the increasing demands of her followers. She's pretty though. Later you'll see Pineapple. She's pretty. Suggestion: be patient with the elderly. She's kind of the hikikomori. She's a shut-in. So yes. She's cute though, not gonna lie. She's cute. I feel like maybe to be a bigger streamer I should be as cute as her, but that's not my character, so yes. Dying is easy. Comedy is hard. Oh my god, that's so extra, guy. Maddie. Nah, she wanna be called Maddie. She's feeling overwhelmed by her followers on social media and their demands. She relies on them for food, she's a vampire, and help dealing with mortals. And she talks about mortals as if they're all the same, overgeneralization basically, spends a lot of time online, creates strong one-way attachments with her followers, needs to get outside, and bad at boundaries. I think next time I should figure out why she gets such a simple view of mortals. Maybe she'd be better off if she didn't see them as ants. She calls her viewers bloodbags. Okay, I cannot forget this because it's funny. But yeah, there's a journal as well, but it's pretty much just a summary. I'm not gonna go through everything and just get back to it, I guess. Oh, he himself also has trauma, by the way, Sam. Sam also has trauma. Where do I put myself? I think here is one. Sam also has trauma because basically he used to be alive, right? And he used to join a gang. And he used to have a horse he calls the horse princess. I gotta go for now. Hope you have a fun rest of the stream. Thank you so much, Pineapple. It was fun. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging. I hope you have a good time zone. It seems like all these characters have aspects of themselves that they are uncomfortable with, but also project onto other people. That's what we do though, right? And thank you for the follow, Pineapple. That's what we do though, right? Like without us realizing it. Yeah, he used to have a horse called Princess, and then as he became a vampire, he thought he should be evil. So he joined a gang because he lost like his basically family, etc., right? And then the gang kinda used his vulnerability against him and asked him to kill his own horse if he wanna sign up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's kinda insane, but he has a huge trauma from it. He blames himself a lot. So yeah. Yeah, very such. But yeah, we're gonna meet Dr. Drain again, I think. This is like 1 month after the past stream.
Do not expect too much change too quickly.
Oh yeah, it's Andy.
It takes
Andro
a while for
Marcos.
thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
Bro.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
And I think as long as he is open to influence, he'll be fine.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
True. It's hard.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
I think it's the... Shit, is it the shield statement or is it the disqualifying the positive? I think it's more of a disqualifying the positive, right? For him. Let's try.
It's disqualifying the positive, ain't it?
Dr. Drain does indeed exhibit this cognitive distortion, as we all do.
It's kinda hard because he kinda have a shield statements too, but... Yeah, I guess we focus on that then.
But there is a distortion that truly drives his decision-making. I think you can tell me what it is.
It's a shield.
That fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him, but I would like
Feels
you to pick
bad
the rest
because he
to
must
keep
be
in
very,
mindset.
very tired. You know what I mean?
Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters.
Big old grandpas.
But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with. So pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend. You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating. I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions.
I think it's like we just focus on the one that actually brings a major problem in our life. I think that's how we should approach CBT in general. Like, of course, in one sentence in one paragraph maybe, we can like display all 12 of the distortions, but if we just cherry pick the ones that actually kinda crush our souls and focus on fixing that, it'd be good, is what he's saying. Yeah.
We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
I think this one, of course. Labeling, I believe. I cannot take it. So it's not it. Oh, the black and white thinking. Control fallacy to a certain extent, because I feel like he needs to be the one who deals with things, right? And generalization. I would
I
say.
think I've got what I need now.
Now we gotta choose our own weapons, as you can see. He said that I cannot use it as a weapon. Then I do it as a weapon anyway. There's a line when picking out cognitive distortions turn into pedantry. What's pedantry again? Wait, let me find out on my own. Excessive concern with minor details and rules. Oh, I'll remember that word.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
Thank you.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
He believes in Andy who believes in. You know? He believes in Andy who believes in him.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready. And here comes the man himself.
Dr. Dwayne!
Dr. Drain, good
Hello.
to see you again. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
Why?
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements.
It's kind of funny that he's working in medication, but he doesn't remember that rest is also productive. You know?
Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was.
Waste
I
of
took what we
time.
spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool. But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together.
Oh yeah, this is why. Yeah, this is why short statements is the hardest.
You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory. I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now. Sounds to me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand.
Okay.
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Okay. Should I shoot him with overgeneralization? Remnants of our humanity, we should not be so quick to cast them away. How do I go through this again? It's a shield statement activist, I know, right? You take one or two experiences and assume. Yeah, this sounds a bit like overgenerate. Oh well, we just let it pass first. Oh wait, I gotta choose one either way. Oh, it's not.
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative. But whence came this imperative, Samuel?
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Is it all or nothing? Or is it disqualifying the positive? Oh my god, my brain immediately. No!
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative. But when
This is the plasma.
Dr.
Ah!
Drain is assigning himself
This is the plasma I've spoken of.
Ah!
is assigning
This, I agree with you that should
In
statements
the
are
end, it's
human,
should
but
statement,
that
what
don't
the
make
frick?
them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc. That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Now hold on a
Oh,
sec,
wait.
Doc. I think we better... The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam. What in hell? Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling?
Oh, so when he take the plasma, he become this guy. Lord Luridus. I'll just wait until Sam say it so that I know how to read this. Sounds like he believes in hedonism. Yeah, he becomes, I don't know, playboy vampire.
I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that. My therapist! Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain.
Oh, is this like his evil self or something?
Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyridus, And
Literally this.
unlike that sad sack of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire.
We'll see first. We'll see first. He just looks like Edward Cullen.
I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
Comment on his posture.
I gotta say, you're looking more relaxed, Doc. Because I have nothing to hide, unlike Dr. Drain, the little twerp. If not for these restrictive clothes, I'd be rubbing my balls over this delightfully soft couch.
Don't.
Oh, now, what'd that couch ever do to you? Yes, I see it in your eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me.
No, it's just gross, man. You don't need to be Puritan to know not to rub your freaking balls on someone else's sofa, no?
Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat. I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always hungry. I suggest you stay right
Whoa.
where you are. A vampire with a gun? Oh, how our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me? Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you. Oh, how very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live.
He sounds like an over-the-top Edward Cullen parody. Complains about Puritans, but he exists on the other extreme of the spectrum. So do they use vampires to make it more interesting? To be honest, I'm not sure why they use vampires specifically, because the topic itself is pretty interesting.
Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat. Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well. At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? All right, but I'm watching you, hombre. Look all you like. The show is free. This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you. And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine. I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me. I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion.
I cannot wait to break him apart. You know, like, there are certain people, I don't know, this is me overgeneralizing as well, right? I don't care. But yeah, there are certain kind of adults I've met that, especially on men, they tend to act like they know themselves. And they tend to be like, they seem to be like very accepting of what their identities are. Like him is like, oh my god, I'm like such an animal kind of thing. But I just need to find one crack to know that he's just the same with like any other people. Or like he's just basically hiding something very vulnerable behind the facade. You know what I mean? I think the use of vampires might be a way to detach it sufficiently from real-world context so that we focus on the patterns of cognitive distortions. Kind of like how sci-fi can help us explore aspects of humanity. I kind of feel like, true, like this kind of game can quickly... Like, for me, right? There are several reasons of why people reject therapy. First, it's because doing the mind work is hard and tiring. Second, it's because we tend to think that we are right. Because if we admit that we don't know ourselves well, it's like, what is left in life if we don't even know ourselves well, you know what I mean? So it's like easier to just, I don't know, self-diagnose and maybe cherry-pick the kind of distortions we have so we sound cool or whatever, rather than actually doing the mind work. And by using therapists, it can be a funny, like it can be an entertaining thing. to like an entertaining way to call yourself out. It's what I feel. It's legit, even though as I'm streaming this game, I recognize a lot of my patterns from these characters, other than the fact that I'm not drinking blood, you know what I mean? Siren, hello! How you doing? Good morning. Sounds like a narrative justify or even cope through. Sometimes people just like to hold onto a character as well because it's easier to identify ourselves with something and then go with it rather than actually learning that we are just like still a baby inside, you know what I mean? Another reason to detach the game acting from realities to avoid potentially inaccurate or unethical assertions. True, they did say that even though this game used therapeutical method, it's not therapy. So yeah. Would be better to the MA sit here with paper stuff up my nose because of sudden nosebleed. What? Is it common? Wait, is it hot where you are at? Because when I was younger, I don't know why it doesn't happen anymore now. But when I was younger, if the weather is too hot, I get nosebleed. When I was a baby. Not common? You didn't accidentally bonk yourself in the face or anything, right, Siren? I'm projecting because I'm clumsy. I've never bonked myself in the face until that, but yeah, I have bruises, etc. from like accidentally hitting the table and stuff like that, so you know. Not that I know. So when you woke up, you just know that blood is dripping? Crazy, if you continued sleeping in that state, it might be dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason. You're not wrong about that.
It's
You know the
fine,
answer
but
already.
yeah.
Dr. Drain needs me.
I hope it drains out
I
fast.
am what is missing in his own life. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
I mean, it's true Dr. Drain needs a break, but he doesn't need to be this extra, you know what I mean? Ah, why am I wrong?
This seems to believe Dr. Drain is a completely insignificant part of his existence.
Oh.
Is this true, Samuel?
It's not true. How am I today? I woke up feeling meh, but in general, I'm fine. So it's good. It's like, you know, one of those days where you wake up feeling like but then you look around you, everything is the same as per normal. So I'm like, okay. I've seen nosebleeds happen from going to areas with different climates, but can't speak for everyone's experience. Kinda scary to like discover bloody nose when you just woke up, though, right?
I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
Is it black or white thinking, or is it disqualifying the positive? I mean, disqualifying the positive is the core of this character. They're even giving it an alternate lordly name. Seems like they're pretty much spelling it out.
Your own life seems pretty dang easy for you. Everything's so simple, ain't it? Something is and something isn't. Nothing in between. Nosferatu thinking's what I call it. Why, yes, that's exactly it. Our life is easy. It's you enlightened vampires that make it so difficult.
I mean, if... I don't know, it's kind of funny, because, like, I also thought therapy is difficult, and it's kind of like a waste of money, but by fixing my way of thinking a little, it's not even fixing, tweaking it a little, it makes my life better, so, like... What? I wonder what he meant by like it's supposed to be easy, or I mean like if he just run and follow his instincts all the time and gain satisfaction from that. I guess that's what he meant by easy. So he just doesn't want to think, right? He's like, oh yeah, y'all enlightened, that's why it's difficult, but you just don't want to think in it.
All the other answers are so simple. We exist to eat, kill, and defile.
Oh no, thank you for telling me.
Simply lie. And why lie? the truth is so delicious.
Is it better? Is it fixed? I hope so. Thank you for telling me. I like this game so much, so if I watch the VOD and it's most of it can't be heard, I'll be crying. I'll be sad. Thank you, Sayan.
Yeah, we all got needs, but we ain't animals. Not even you. You wouldn't be able to appreciate all them dirty deeds you love so much if you were. A pearl of wisdom from a delectable tot. You speak truly. We are lucky indeed to have the capacity to revel in our depravity.
And that's why we need to use it, isn't it? Instead of just like throwing it out and calling ourselves a lion.
A shame the sad little doctor does not do so.
Huh.
You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to. Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires that have a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are. There. How old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now.
What's up, Sayan? You're scaring me. I'm like checking the audio again. I should walk a mile in my shoes. The in-game taxi.
Oh, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old.
Sam! The rose! The rose! Ah!
The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be.
Control fallacy?
You're awful confident about that. But I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain, he controls you.
Oh.
Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake, he shall be mine. Oh yeah, and how do you know that? I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then?
It's kind of interesting because I kind of feel like after a certain age, it's like your mind is pretty much gonna be locked, you know? I kind of believe in the aspect of like you cannot teach old dogs new tricks. Though, even though Rocky's getting old, I still teach him some new tricks sometimes. But I don't know, it feels like it's not that you cannot change after a certain age, but it's like there must be some kind of innate want, like innate need to change before you change, instead of like, you know, in the end therapy etc is a hard work, isn't it? You gotta like deny yourself from just following your impulses etc and just put in the work, you know? Sam is talking to Lourides as if Lourides is a separate entity from Dr. Drain. Because Lourides is trying to make it like, oh, this is like, it's like in Dr. Drain's body there are two souls. And he's going to eat Dr. Drain's soul so that he can possess the body. Maybe that's why they go from this angle.
No, only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises.
Rude.
So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident.
And what's hard about therapy is that it's not even talking to the therapist for me. Talking about the therapist is hard on its own because every session, right? It's as if I have a big ass baggage that I didn't even know I have. It's like, it's a luggage within a luggage, you know what I mean? And then I'll realize shit, and then I'll cry. And then after that, I'll be upset, and then like I'll take 2 weeks to kind of like process it, up to 2 weeks, because my schedule was bi-weekly at the time. It's the whole like practicing what the therapist taught you to do is the hard part, not gonna lie, for me. But I think that just happens to be a common observation. For some, I suppose learning new things is harder because of how thoughts are configured already. There is that, and there is the whole like, oh, at a certain age, I guess people tend to get overconfident with what they've already known. And it's hard to like learn new things again. It feels like learning is only made for young people or something. But yeah.
Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible?
Why not?
There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood.
Oh, yeah, because he did transform because of the transfusion. Some experiment that kind of failed. I'd like to think that the brain can be guided to rewire itself if one works towards it. For me, more than the work is like the want. If they don't desire it, it won't work. I feel like, now that I see it this way, right? It's not about the age anymore, isn't it? I've seen young people also not willing to freaking learn and be better. So like, yeah, in the end, it's about our eagerness to push ourselves to be a better self, I guess, more than the age. I think there may indeed be a biological aspect to learning being easier for youngsters. That's true. But I feel like when it comes to behavioral learning, like learning to like control our thoughts or like catch distortions, etc., you don't need to have big brain for that, I think, right? I sure hope so. He drinks that synthetic trash instead of real blood. He's not even a vampire. So maybe overgeneralization? If he is a real vampire, only real vampires drink blood. Then it's a black or white thinking.
Seems to me you got a pretty dang narrow definition of what it means to be a vampire. Heck, I don't see you wearing a cape. You sure you ain't just a regular mortal? Don't be a fool. There is a minimum requirement for being a vampire, that's all. And Dr. Drain does not meet it. He's an embarrassment to our kind, and worse, an embarrassment to me. I wouldn't be surprised if he were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin.
Ah!
I think I'm gonna surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself, but I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him?
Little turd? How dare? The way a younger learns a language is from imitation, etc., may be different from more systematic approach. Not necessarily being big brain, literally. I think, but openness to explore the perspective. True, and in a way, it's kinda hard. Like, maybe because we are not being modeled by our parents, you know what I mean? Like, if our parents seems to be people who are open to learning, then maybe it's gonna be easier for us to be open to learning as we grow older. Because there's always the whole like, oh my god, youngsters cannot tell me what to do or stuff like that. That's why. Generational trauma, people. It's a real thing. It's sad, yet true. It's like in the end, to break it, we gotta be those older people who gotta like learn, you know what I mean? And sometimes it can feel unfair, not gonna lie, because it's legit like you know, I was being treated badly growing up, so like, why do I need to be a better person now? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not a deliberate thing, obviously, but it's easier to be like, you know, I don't know about y'all, but in Asian culture, there's that thing. Like, you know, we are so sheltered and we are being put in a situation, basically, we are being put in a cage. And then after we grow old and get married, we get out of that cage. So we gotta be like, so we trying to be, what you call it? How do I say this? Like when we are being in control, we are being controlled all the time, we're being told what to do, and then one day we're free, we have the tendency that we want to control others, you know what I mean? Like, cause all this time we have no power. Once we get the power, then it's immediately like, nah, kind of thing. So I feel like I noticed that cycle from myself as well. Like, cause I live my life all constrained, all controlled. Then now that I'm free, I'm scared. While at the same time, I'm scared of instability and insecurity. I also want to be free. So it's like, I end up having control fallacy and stuff like that. True. You're right, Gray. I'm choking on water. Life is rough. It is. It is.
I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me.
It is rough. And sometimes this kind of thought, like mind-changing lessons can make life even more tiring. Like most of us sometimes, without us knowing it, live in survival mode. Because maybe our parents were living in a time where they were on survival mode. Or maybe we are taught, you know, like, for me, growing up, I was taught that I should be a certain way or I'll be a burden to others. So it's like, it's a big struggle for me. And like, even with therapy, then we are being told that, oh, those kind of thinking is not good. But without that identity that we've been taught since we were young, what are we? It's something that I'm still struggling with until now, not gonna lie. I'm like, then who am I? Then if I know there are different ways people can live. But if this is not the way, what are the different ones? You know what I mean? What are the different other ways of living that I don't know? Like, there's not much real example. I mean, I can Google it, but I guess I want someone I know so I can ask direct questions to them, you know what I mean? I don't care what anyone thinks of me in a narrative, one that he seems to want to live up to, but he knows he will fail to. True.
Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window.
True.
What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher.
How dare, he's fashionable, okay?
The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for?
It's a balance, isn't it? Like a responsible Dr. Drain who pushed himself to strive and work, and him who's very chill. Like, you know, balance is always good, sir. I suppose it's a general statement enough to say that you are you, not your parents or anyone else, having your own formations of thoughts and experiences. True. It took me therapy to actually accept that, not gonna lie. The one thing that my therapist pointed out back then was legit, like basically, he felt like even though I've been Rocky, calm down. It's like he's saying that it's as if my parents are living in my head, even though I'm living far from them, even though I literally moved to another planet. And like when he pointed that out, I'm like, well, shite. Calming down, that sounds wrong. That's wrong when you tell it to a woman. But to a doggo, it's fine. Like, you know, my husband recently likes to show me skits where the guy is teaching how to tell their wives to calm down. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be.
It's a should statement.
There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat?
I think he's barking either because there's a delivery outside, which my own delivery is scheduled for 8 p.m. later. It's still 3 p.m. Wait, let me check. No, I'm scared because it's groceries. And some of it is like frozen. Ding, 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 ding. No, not that frozen. Let me see. It should arrive at 8 p.m. though. Sometimes they come earlier, but yeah, it's 8 p.m. Let's see. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. So sometimes it's people be crossing, like passing by and stuff, and then Rocky be like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Kind of thing, you know?
Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
Don't.
Not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave.
Overgeneralization.
There's loads of us vampires out there, all with different experiences. You really think we're all the same? We are animals, darling. Like all depraved animals, we exist to ensure we continue to exist. If we do not, we embrace oblivion.
It's kind of funny, because like, if he's horny, he fuck, but do they give birth? I don't think so, right? I don't think I don't think vampires can get pregnant. I'm like, I don't think pregnants can be pregnant. Oh, but then Bella Swan got pregnant, isn't it? But she's technically human first, isn't it?
Well, that's a heck of a jump. We ain't powerless against
It's true,
our baser
right?
instincts,
Sometimes
far
when
from it.
people say things to sound smart, they end up contradicting themselves. You know what I mean?
We can be better people. We can live in harmony with others.
It's kind of funny how he always refer it to be like better people instead of better vampire.
It is utterly pointless to fight our natures.
It's like he wants to keep his humanity despite his hobby of drinking blood.
Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I. He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live?
I assume it depends on the setting we're talking about, since fantasy creature could, in theory, do everything. Does that mean there's a vampire condom? There should be one, isn't it? Like some kind of birth control thing? Because they fuck everything, man. Like, imagine if they have like freaking vampire babies and the vampire baby's gonna go roam around and bite people. That's kinda not cash money, you know what I mean? This seems like it's just to sold on this hedonistic narrative of his. I think it's not that, when I say he wants to sound smart, it's more like he looks down on other notions, no? So he's like, yeah, I know everything better than you, kind of thing, you know? That's what I generally categorize as trying to sound smart. Sounds like a great marketing idea, I know, right? Vampire babies are scary, therefore, cover yourself up. Why would it be different from normal one? Maybe knowing that their nature, especially this guy's nature, it should be the kind that's reusable. I don't. I'm guessing. Because if they use a normal one, how much money do they need to spend like every week? You know what I mean? And we are assuming they just fuck one person every night, which I don't think is the case.
Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing. Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
Oh, but then when they fuck, they also drink the blood so the person die, and therefore he won't need to pay child support, right? Then we scrap that idea. We scrap that product idea. It's not working. This guy needs a chastity belt. Chastity to who though? Isn't chastity belt is only good if you have someone to like be faithful to? Mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do.
I know, right? Freaking diaper and oh no, just diaper money. I wanna say like formula money, but I don't think they drink formula, right?
You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking? No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like 'em or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head.
True.
Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you.
He's gonna be very bored after this, I think. Everybody's drunk on something. True.
If you're gonna kill me, you'd better be a quicker draw than I am. You wanna try your luck, compadre? No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals.
Oh yeah, say it on just for context.
Virgins. Oh, how delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy.
For context, this therapy room is above a nightclub. So the guy called Andy, he made this club for humans, and they should be consensually okay with vampires drinking their blood and like having sexy time with vampires. But it's like an ethical nightclub, and then the second floor is a therapy room. That's why you can smell mortals downstairs, because yeah, there are mortals downstairs.
You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people. At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. And beast that I am, I must kill.
You will do no such thing
This
to
is
my
Andy.
mortals. Restrain yourself.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, daddy.
Daddy.
I will keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him.
Thank you.
Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
Okay.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt.
Well, now I'm just disappointed.
He's our mentor as well, by the way. Therapy mentor.
All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is.
Lurid.
Think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
He's interesting, huh? He's kind of interesting. Nano! Welcome, Raiders!
Welcome Raiders. Raiders ようこそ.
Hello. Welcome Raiders. For those who don't know me, my name is Mary. I'm a British VTuber. I'm wearing my second outfit and I'm playing Vampire Therapist. We just dealt with a hedonistic vampire earlier. He's kinda insane, but yes. How are you doing? How's life? How's the stream? I hope you're all well, Shiggy. Thank you for the rate message. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Sorry, I'm checking something. I'm not just staring into space. I'm playing Vampire Therapist, people. It's a visual novel which is based on the concept of CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. So we believe that we are all thinking machines, right? But at the same time, we're also like, oh, nor. We're also like cognitive distortion machine, which means that our brain generate things that is not really helpful for us, but it helps us think. But at the same time, if we use it too much, it might be like some kind of Achilles heel to us. So we gotta try to like balance it out, you know? But yeah, and we therapize vampire. How are you doing, Nano? I hope you're well. How was your stream? The Isle? Hope you're doing good too. We are playing the Isle aka Dino Simulator. How was it? Is it like... Wait, let me Google the game so I don't sound too clueless. I guess I remember there is this... Oh, it's a survival horror game? Okay, this is different from the game that I know then. There's another game that Flip, my brother from another mother and father, told me about. It's also Dino, but basically you legit grow up, hatch, and be bigger Dino and try to survive because like other players can eat you and shit like that. This one seems scarier. How was it though? Was it good? Did y'all feel safe? Aren't y'all glad we are not dinosaurs around here? To be fair, this was already getting out of hand. Death threats and propositioning already happened through. It was a lot of fun. Hells yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, before I forgot. If you got a rate and run or a rate and lurk, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. We are playing SM.
I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Oh yeah. Another context. This girl is Andy, the guy earlier. Andy's girlfriend. Basically, they call it like blood partner or something. But she became a semi-vampire because, you know, they like each other. But at the same time, she also has cancer. And this is how she can continue living. Using this blood partner thing. Only died a handful of times. No! Not gonna lie though, any games where I gotta die gives me anxiety. Like, I don't really touch survival games because of that. Because I'm like, oh man, I gotta restart everything now. Is it the kind of game that's like that? Like, once you die, you gotta start from zero?
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I forgot, is Andy's girlfriend, Crimson, still pure human or new vampire? I think she's healthy. Like, she only drink Andy's blood. I believe. Yeah, the last time she told me, I think it is. And you can die very easily. Nor, is it like a player versus player thing? Like when you go out there? Do you just fight like other players? Like Overwatch but dinosaurs? Or is it PC as well? Like AI as well?
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
Well, you could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
Now that he put it this way, it's kind of interesting too, huh? It's like he's a closeted vampire, so he doesn't know how to, like, you know, sometimes there are aspects of us that, because we don't accept that we have it, we just don't control it. Like suppressing doesn't equal control. That's why, you know what I mean? It's not the players most usually higher skill than me. Damn, but as long as you have fun though, Nano. Like skills can always be raised, no? Grown, raised, taken care of. For me, I'm the kind of person who's like, if I die too much, I'll get impatient. I'm impatient about everything. That's something I need to train as well. I think that's the word, isn't it? Skills can be trained. What the frick? Sometimes I don't know English. Not gonna lie.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night. So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
I think pretty well.
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now, so I was still able to challenge the beast. Well, the way I figure it, he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
True.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you.
True. He has a very open personality. Maybe that's why. Aspects of us that we are not comfortable with sounds like dark side of Jungian's shadow, but in Jungian thought, it's still parts of ourselves just meant to be integrated, not discarded. True. Anything is like, if we suppress things, it's just gonna like go without regulation, no? Like it's the same as a city. If like they be like, oh no, prostitution is illegal, then people just gonna make like underground prostitution, no? Which is more unsafe. Like for the girls and for the customers. You know what I mean? So like it's better to just accept it so it can be regulated, isn't it? I find it interesting that they are almost spelling out the Jungian shadow concept without name dropping, yet Sam is addressing the two sides as separate identities. I think it's because it's his first time doing this. Because remember the first time he had this notebook, he also like named all the cognitive distortion with weird names. I feel like slowly he gonna learn, but like for now, he's still gonna be a bit of a noob.
Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
Oh, the secret is a cancer.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humbled.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff. Now you're just trying to be cute.
And making success visit.
Oh, it's these two are humans. They're horny.
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Oh yeah, this game has some sexual themes, but there is no graphic sexual thingy. There are innuendos. Innuendos at most, so if you're not interested, you know, don't force yourself to be here. It's kind of funny though, not gonna lie.
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's
Yeah, they
going
have
on,
a kink
Maxie?
room in the club as well, by the way.
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Aww.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely.
What's going on? Malicious SQL queried into our API and used it to execute code. Also, it's a virus? Or is it a phishing thing? Oh yeah, these two have German accent. It's hilarious.
I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
Is she a security person? Like the IT security person? I feel right at home. What is this about, Siren? Tell me like I'm 5th place.
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone. Just like your,
I thought you were talking about the IT thing. I thought you were talking about the IT security thing. Casual SQL injection, she's talking about hacking. Not virus or phishing, it's hacking technique that lets people make unauthorized change to data records. Oh.
Well, maybe your boss
Thank
was
you for
hopping
telling me
mad,
that.
but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
My husband is a full stack developer and a software developer or something. But yeah, doesn't really tell me his job because it's complicated. I mean, I kind of know what he's doing, but at the same time, when it comes to this kind of SQL, whatever, I'm like, kind of thing.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
Aroused. The way Germans, what you call it, say the word, the R letter is pretty great, not gonna lie.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
Oh, we gotta bite the blue vein. The blue vein!
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
I mean, I heard donating your blood can kinda have like some kind of effect. I only know it can reduce microplastic in your body, but I wonder if there's a psychological effect to it. Or is it that they're just horny, that's why they say that?
I am well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
He's like, okay, bye.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
Very bad girl.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam. I'll see you kids later.
Have y'all donated blood before? There are some programs in Singapore for that, but I'm scared of big needles. My husband has been to one because he wanna reduce microplastics in his body. But it's kind of cute because in Singapore, right, if you donate blood, you're gonna get merch. Like, you're gonna get merch and like blood supplement. Aside of donation through papers today, yeah, I do it relatively often. Oh yeah, how often? Like once every few months or something? Like, do you schedule it? But I know in Singapore there's like a milestone thing, so after you donate a few times, you're gonna have like better and better cute merch. Like, you can collect badges and stuff like that. Kind of funny. It is, the couple is funny, bro.
Oh, hey, Andy.
You tried blood donation some time ago in blood drive. How was it? Was it as scary as I think? Every other month? Oh.
What is wrong, my friend? You don't seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Oh, we are going to meet the rich woman, Isabella.
Ah, yes, the Senora d'Este. She certainly has a way with words.
Do you do it because you wanna help people, or like, you know, what are the usual reason of blood donation other than reducing microplastics? Like, what's your motivation, Sayan, if you don't mind me asking?
It ain't that. It's just this sense I get. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
Aha. At least that makes her core distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
Control fallacy?
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo. Damn, I like his English, not gonna lie. It's like, there's so many, like, funny words he uses.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct.
Yeah, what is a wazoo? It's funny. I have tolerance of needles, so not scary for me. The dizziness can be sudden. Oh, that's why that's why the people here give you the supplement, right? The blood, the iron supplement, because you're gonna need it. Apparently, my husband doesn't need it though. Then I'm the one who likes. I don't like it. Who often experiences the dizziness. That's why he gave it to me. It's iron supplement.
The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
I have a relatively rare blood type. Ooh. I would feel weird if I did not donate. That's good. There are never enough blood donations anyway. Man, y'all gonna make me wanna try donating my blood at least once. I mean, the needle, as long as I don't look at it, it's gonna be fine, right? I mean, I get like my vaccines, alright. And I got IV drips like at least two occasions in my life. So I should be fine, right? Maybe. I don't know. Iron supplement, not in my experience, but snacks like crackers were on hand by stuff. Let me show you the merch my husband got from the donation. While I have it here. He gave one to me. Oh. I didn't open the camera. There. It's a stress ball. In a nurse blood shape. Squish, squish, squish. And they're like badges, but I don't know where he put it. And like, there's a keychain or something? It's pretty cool. Just check with doctor, I guess, for concerns. Yeah, I'm just scared that I'll get dizzy. But, oh no, I need to eat steak now. Or no, kind of thing. I love steak. So I'ma use everything as the reason. Or like hot pot. Oh no, now I gotta eat a lot of beef. Soak in salty soup. Oh no. Squeeze the blood. I know, right? Oh, are y'all's veins easy to find though? Speaking of vampires, this makes me wonder if there ever was a Twilight Team blood drive. Oh my god, I'm not gonna go there. It's gonna be weird. Unless I get body glitter, you know? Rocky's here, by the way. Where are you, Rocky? Yeah. He went on a walk today. My mother-in-law walked him. So tonight I can relax. Honestly, I never got dizzy afterwards. It is a possibility, but they should make sure that you sit for long enough afterwards, so you should be fine. Aww. Maybe the next time my husband wanna go, I might join him. No promises though. I'm still scared of pain. Rocky, yeah. You okay, Rocky? Chillin'? You chillin'? Thank you, Saren. I think my blood type is pretty basic though. It's B. I don't even know if it's like the negative or positive. I didn't even know there is such thing as like negative and positive after like years. I was made to sit and they had a bed handy as well. Stuff were prepared. Ooh. If it's negative, it's rare. Oh, so that's how you know it. Yeah, I don't know which one. Do they ask you to test it first? Like, you cannot just come and say that, oh, I don't know what my blood type is or something like that. Will they check it for you? I think O is the basic. Oh yeah? I thought it's B that's basic. In my family, I think only my sister has O. The rest is B. I think... Yeah, I think my dad is also B. My mom is also B. I'm B and my sister is O. And it's common, right? For it to happen. My sister is not adopted, right? Though how funny is that I suddenly message her 7 years older sister and I'm like, sister, I think you're adopted.
That still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Signora Deste is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can. A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider
Aww.
your approach.
It's pretty cool because it's like in the end, as a therapist, from a therapist point of view, he's not trying to put himself on a higher ground. Get it? Compared to the clients. They just like simply focus on learning and helping each other, you know what I mean? Which is pretty heartwarming, not gonna lie. It is possible, yes. I think there was an exam like that in middle school. Like we gotta count the probability of blood types being different in kids and stuff like that. There was a formula for it or something, I forgot. I have no clue about the customary where you live. Over here, you will be checked up and they will register you. Few days afterwards, you get a card and can check in with that from then on. Until then, you cannot donate anyway. Oh, I asked my husband about that. Because I remember he went to one because his office made it a day to go there. Where is Rocky? Oh, he likes to hang out behind my chair recently. You okay, Rocky? Why's your tail low? You okay? What you looking at? Guess the snacks are all there. Must be, huh? Must be, huh? No snacks for you for now, Rocky. You ate too much yesterday. He's just staring, like freaking staring blankly on the table. So weird. Recessive trait as well, inheriting from further back than parents. I think so, yeah. There is always a chance for that, right? Though it's gonna be funnier if I can say that she's adopted. Aha. She has control fallacy, overgeneralization for sure. Personalization through labeling and should. I think it should.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I gotta pee. So Sam is ready, but Melly is not. You know what, I'm gonna be right back and on Twitch. I'll run the ads as usual. And I'll be right back and we'll deal with Isabella Deste, the matriarch, the rich woman, the one that hates Star Wars. But until then, we'll be right back. Y'all take a break too, okay? Go get some drink or go pee.
ルカムレーダーズ、レーダーズようこそ。
I'm back. Sorry. どこに行っちゃった？ここにいるよ。さっきトイレにいた。Plus, I gotta pick up Rocky's poop. So, hello everybody. Thank you, Niloch. My name is Melly. I'm a variety VTuber. And today I'm playing Vampire Therapist. How are we doing, Blakey? What you play today? Dark Souls 3? How was it? How was it? I'm good as well. But yeah, I'm yapping so much today because this game is so good. And it's like so applicable to like my own real life at least, so I yap a lot. Other than Dark Souls Remastered, so it's like you are going back to like a previous version or something. I don't play Dark Souls at all, so explain to me like I'm 5. Yeah, man, it's your fault, Niloch. Wee. Wait, I'm chugging water. But yeah, I went to the toilet for a little bit of pee break, and then I gotta take out like Rocky's poop so I can flush it together. That's TMI, but that's what I do. There are 3 Dark Souls. I played 1 and 3. Then which one is the remastered one? Beep, 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 beep. But yeah, in the meantime, after this, we gonna deal with another client, and she's gonna be a bit difficult, but it's okay. We're gonna take it slow. I tried Dark Souls 2, but I didn't like it. Why? What's the difference? Also, it's not like a story that that continues throughout the 3 games. Is it? Keyboard setting. Oh, it's a different thing. Armored Core 6? I don't know what that is.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
Thank you, Andy.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
Guys asking Blakey if the difficulty live up to its reputation for the Dark Souls trilogy.
I know you can.
I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath.
Let's go. We're gonna talk to Isabella Deste. She's a very uptight woman.
Howdy, Senora. Nice to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
She looks very disgusted by me. Oh, you're not interested in Elden Ring?
We're gonna get straight into it, huh?
Right, after
on,
Dark
Why
Souls
ain't you
3.
happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
A worm.
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts.
It's like freaking, what you call it? Baldur's Gate 3. Worm in the brain.
The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior.
Why?
I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
But that's the reality of it, lady.
Senora, you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
Revive it.
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora.
Yeah, it's her who labeled herself that.
What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone. But that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call...
Black and
those for
white
our
thinking.
Remember what we talked about? There's always gonna be people who want Space Wars, and there's always gonna be people who want Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, okay, I must remember that because I was like Michelangelo. Michelangelo.
Who is Michelangelo?
Oh, it's not Michelangelo. Oh shit.
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, okay, that's what you
Senora,
say.
you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls.
Why? Art is dead and you have killed it, Signora. How shall you cope with such a grievous deed? Should you not become the art yourself? I know, right?
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
Shit. Not everything is a waste of time, but most of it still. Controversy? Nope.
Listen carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth that harms the Senora, but
It's
also
like-
the way she perceives truth.
Every time I play this game and then I start the game, right? Like in the beginning, I always make bad choices. And then as the game goes along, I become better at it. And then I go to the toilet and all of the wisdom I had just drain away. It's not only the truth, the way she perceived truth.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time.
Thank you so much
effort,
for the
and
raid once
pain,
again, Blake,
but
and
to
thank
think
you
that
for
much of
stopping
it
by. I
was.
hope you have a good
This
sleep.
is most horrifying.
Have a good sleep, Blakey. Have a good sleep, sir. Oyasumi. I'll have a good day. I will. Maybe the real art are the useless deeds she made along the bro. I don't know. Was it overgeneralization or was it labeling? Perhaps not all I did was a waste of time. I mean, she labeled it as a waste of time.
Maybe it'd help if we looked at
It's
that
labeled.
wording you used. A waste of time, effort, and pain. Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
A disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
True.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pissed away my legacy.
Oh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It's like back to the whole, like, you know, you can have kids but you cannot control what they do with their life. So if they don't want to carry your legacy, it shouldn't be your problem. You know what I mean? This hobby is a waste of time. True. Ow. I hit my knee on the freaking table again.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it.
Like in the end, whether or not the kids and stuff wanna carry her name, it's up to them, no? Like she shouldn't be defining on whether or not it's a good thing.
When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
No, I don't think so.
It's only the husband.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico.
What is licentious? Gosh, her English is hard. Licentious, promiscuous and unprincipled in sexual matters. Ah, good to know.
I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century.
Smells like stupid.
Our house.
Nuh-uh, not knowing word and learning is not stupid. High intensity word for freedom from word license. It's more like, but it's only on the, it's more promiscuous, so it's only on the sexual manner most of the time. But for all my effort, I could not cause Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century. Control fallacy.
I hate to break it to you, senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
True.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl?
And personality can be inherited, no? I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn.
True, that's how women were raised back then.
What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation
Rocky.
of art, music, history, and literature. In the
Rocky.
same way, I should have been able to save my son.
Should statements. I think it's about, what you call it? Privilege? Like, you know, maybe as a son, he doesn't experience life the same way as her. And that's why she feel like she put so much importance into knowledge, etc. Because women at the time were only respected if they're smart. Because like as they were used in political pawns, that means they are not used. Like, they don't feel the need to be smart. You know what I mean? So the fact that she feels like she's smart, that's why she's where she is. But because the son doesn't feel the discrimination that she's feeling, he doesn't put as much importance. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Why do you think you should have been able to save your son?
I was his mother. If I did not save him, who could?
Himself.
I'm not saying someone else could. I'm saying that responsibility to save your son, that you should save him, doesn't line up with the truth. It ain't some kind of destiny for one person to save another.
Clearly, it was not my destiny to save my son. But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish. I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
War of the Mantuan succession? I'll
What's
need to
this
know.
War of the Mantuan succession all about?
Do you know nothing of history at all?
Nope.
Oh, very well. It all began because my fool of a great-great-grandson, Vincenzo II, did not listen to me. Instead of dutifully procreating with his wife, he decided to impregnate mistresses.
Okay.
When he ate himself into the grave, the line of succession was broken, and the French and Spanish swarmed upon my home like cockroaches.
Oh, so they don't have an heir. That's why.
I killed a great many of them myself, but it was not enough. Eventually, the Gonzaga lands were given away to both countries. Of course, this is common knowledge. I would have had your tutors beaten.
Senora, the only tutors I ever had showed up after eating a can of baked beans.
Disgusting.
Stopping a
So
war?
wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
But this woman is scary, huh? Like, imagine having a mom so controlling that she freaking become a vampire so she can control every single aspect of the life of your kids. And the kids after you. And the kids after you. Oh my god. I shudder. I shudder just by thinking about the notion, man. Oh my god. Trauma.
Senor, being a vampire gives us a lot of powers, but it doesn't give us the power to control a single human being, let alone a whole dynasty of them. When the heck have we ever listened to our betters? I ain't no historian, but I know enough to know people are liable to making the same mistakes over and over again.
True. Howdy, VJ. How you doing?
Humans have got that whole pesky free will thing that makes them do dumb things.
Perhaps you are correct. Stupidity is inevitable.
Stupidity is inevitable. I've heard of some high-profile, brilliant yet controlling mothers like that in positions of power. Oh god. Oh god. I mean, my mom, like, wanna call it a position of power if that means like she's the kind of, she's the one who runs the family while my dad just enables her, then I guess, yeah, it's like, it was tough, right? It was tough. I'm awake and not ready to start the day. Are you making coffee, VJ? How am I? I woke up feeling meh, but I just go with it. I just go with it and become a vampire therapist for the day. How was your sleep, VJ? Did you sleep well at all? And define your definition of sleeping well. True, but putting it in that way smells like cynical worldview. I feel like, in a way, it's understandable because she's seen like generation after generations doing weird shit. But at the same time, she's just stressing herself out, isn't it?
I understand what you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
I have sleep apnea, so I'm not sure what a good night's is. Oh, you should sleep on your side then, or do you have a CPAP machine? I think my husband also have sleep apnea. So if he lay on his back, he gonna snore super loud and he gonna be like choking a little. So it's like kind of thing. So if it's not a nap, he gonna sleep on the side. So he bought a bolster, like, you know, the cylindrical body pillow. So you hug it while you sleep sideways. It helps so far. I'm waiting for CPAP machine at the moment. So you went on a sleep study then? I don't know. My husband feel like a sleep study is not necessary yet because the side sleeping helps. But if he has a CPAP machine, I feel like I need to wear my earplugs to sleep because it can be kind of noisy, isn't it? A year ago? Oh. Wait, so how come the CPAP machine is only like given to you now? It's taking forever. True. Like how? Why is it so long? Plus, is it covered by insurance, etc.? In sequence, she sounds like she's equating freedom with stupidity. Well, she's very conservative, isn't she? I gotta get it, because I used to be like that too. Like, when people are being weirdly open-minded, I see it as a weirdly open-minded kind of thing. I'll be like, I mean, it's true that freedom leads people to do more stupid shit. Like, freedom of choice makes them do stupid shit, you know what I mean? But you know, it's hard to like educate. Like education and freedom often don't go hand in hand. I feel like that's why, yeah, she has like a lot of trauma from that, I guess. It's free from on the NHS just long as wait times or no. Because doctors here are way behind. I hope it helps though, the machine. Oh my god, Morgay, fabulous. I love that emote, man. Thank you for the big emote, by the way. It's so slaying. Yeah, after you start using it, please update me on whether or not it really helps with your sleep quality. Because if it does, maybe my husband should get one. He hasn't gotten checked though. Like, because the sleep study seems troublesome. Because you gotta stay in the hospital for a bit, isn't it? Or like one night or something? Yeah, there's no like... And like, he's the kind of guy who cannot sleep well if it's not in a familiar environment. So yeah. Structure can exist because others have had the freedom to pave them. True.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Master Chief, hello. I'ma give Rocky. You can pet it. I'ma call the dog first.
Sister.
How's Flip going, by the way? He's playing Dead Space, right? So spooky, man. Rocky. Rocky. There you go. Come here. Come, it's street time. I made some of the stuff cheaper. Except for the Flip one. Because 559 is his number. There. That's a pet. Okay, Rocky, come sit. Sit first. Let me give you a smaller piece. I'm afraid you'll choke. You'll be like, no. Rocky, sit. Rocky, up. Get on. Up. Up. Yeah. Okay. Rocky, wait. Rocky, wait for it. You have a favor to ask? Sure. Rocky, wait. Rocky, wait. Wait. Rocky, wait. Oh, shit. Rocky, wait. No. Rocky, wait. No. Rocky, sit. Rocky, wait. Wait. He's licking my hand. Rocky, no. Rocky, wait. Rocky, wait. 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 None. Rocky, wait. Rocky, wait. Wait. Rocky, wait. Come here. Why? Whoop the snoot. There you go. Ah, I missed. I did it. There, he's chewing. You good? OG? You good? How are you doing, Master Chief? Recently, I gotta train him on the waiting thing as well. Cause yeah, especially with the sweet potato, he gonna go freaking crazy. And freaking like, he trying to shove his head into the back. He go like wild. You like sweet potato that much, huh, Rocky? It's good that he has
Actually,
appetite. I'm working my ass off. Not actually, I'm struggling to stay awake right now. Also, you're working while chilling? Are you still getting paid watching streams right now? Oh no, he splurted on the floor. Look it. Yeah, so now y'all can see the rear ends only. I'm at work right now. Hells yeah. I'm giving vampires therapy right now.
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
Extreme, but...
I ain't doing anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have.
Damn. I do stuff like her too, sometimes, not gonna lie. Like, you know, when someone said something, I might take it the other way around and like make it more dramatic than it should be. And then I get hurt on my own. For no freaking reason. But yeah, usually when people do that, I can actually like talk to them and be like, you made me, like, are you saying this? And then they're like, no. Then I'm like, okay. I'm getting paid 37.50 per hour to watch Rocky get poop. Wait, what do you do for work? I want that money. Statutory holiday pay? An overnight shift? Damn! Wait, what time is it for you? Oh yeah, I remember. I just remembered, like, for y'all, it's either early morning or very late at night, isn't it?
As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade.
It's because she's dying to control people, that's why.
In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant.
I work in a youth safe house. I usually make 25. It's currently 1:36 a.m. Oh my god, that's late.
But, fool that I am, I still
Do you
love
think
the
it's a
idea of
dangerous
virtue.
job in general?
I have loved it ever since I was a child.
At least she knows she has a problem. Yeah. I mean, in the end, if she doesn't know she has a problem, she wouldn't be here, no? Jemmy! Thank you for the glasses. It's Victoria Day, so I get 1.5 times more every hour. Nice! Nice! Fool that I am, she labeled
Foolish
herself.
to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Good morning, Jimmy. It's 4:30, so afternoon, yes. Dangerous? The only danger I'm in is increasing my caffeine addiction. Nor!
Perhaps. But whose better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
So you sleep when the sun is up then, Master Chief? Until what time is your work? Sounds like a conflict between two sides of feminist thought, pretty much, yeah. I'm learning time zones, hells yeah. Not gonna lie, sometimes I gotta check Google as well for your time.
Senora, people have been following the ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
9 p.m., 7 a.m., that's long. Still 6 hours plus, huh? You wanna go out, Rocky? I'll let you go out. Okay, off you go. Ten-hour shift? Damn.
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Oh, well, that's better then.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one.
Why is she? She's so weird, man. It's like everything we do is wrong. The shadow taking the form of the old perverts. I know, right? I wonder if she's actually talking about the society in general. Like, she feels like society is run by old perverts. And in the government way of, like, you know, looking at it. I'm not gonna lie, I do 3 hours of work maximum. Nice! So most of it you're just chilling, eh?
As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses.
Aww.
I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
So typical with, like, people like her, right? That when she reads something, she just cherry pick the stuff she likes and say that, oh, I am this. But usually I feel like once someone label themselves, whether or not in a good way or a bad way, maybe this might be a good way, but once they do that, they're gonna be closed off to any other perspective or any sorts of notions, and they're gonna be dumb forever. I labeled her as a dumb. Certified dumb. Old pervert sounds like connotations of feminist thoughts. The idea that men call the foundations of what she calls virtue. Ah. I'm also allowed naps? Nice! Coffee, laying on a couch and just vibing. Hence why I can make Melly jealous and distract her from stream and get paid. Healthy. Nah, you're not distracting me from stream. Only Rocky can distract me from stream. Cause like he's right beside me since earlier, and then I'm just like letting go of everything. Talking to you, Master Chief, is part of my stream. It conflicts with her learning some brilliant women in mythology and history.
Romantic nature.
Romantic nature. What a wretched parrot I hear. Do
Fuck
not look
you.
at me so. Yes.
Lee!
Until reality came crashing down upon me.
No!
Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
I like to stare at this kind of painting even though I don't get what's going on. There's a freaking flying horse over here. Do you see that? And there's a naked lady up there. Wait, this guy seemed to be mad that the lady is... Oh wait, he's dealing with this guy. Why are they upset with each other? Why is the wind direction like this? Back to your anime, let's go. It's okay, I give him a lot of pets outside of stream. But thank you, Master Chief. That's a Pegasus. Nah, it's a flying horse. Just kidding.
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars.
Oh.
Mars is portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
Oh my god! She's showing us her nude.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
That's her nude.
You may appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body over long. This is art, not pornography.
But this is like this, right? Like the body standard of women in the past is not as strict as it is now. Like right now, it must be like super duper skinny, but you see, like she's kind of supple as she described it. There is still like a bit of belly fat over here, and like it's not very like skinny.
But look closer, and you will see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl.
Yeah, I mean, she should have worn something more. You know what I mean? I remember you mentioned that women had to assert their intellectual competence to be respected in history, but history was not kind about letting women get too educated, and that's why she fought through it, no? And that's why she felt like she needed to control it, because now that she's educated, she sees the society that don't let women be educated, and she feels the need to control it, starting from her own family, and she's not it doesn't work. So she's like, yeah. She's like a progressive being, I would say. Back in the day, people wanted people with a bit of meat on them as it was a sign of good health and wealth. And like, this is a balanced, healthy body, isn't it?
To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true.
I don't think the husband looked like this, right?
But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie. He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
And he has his dick out.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I guess. I think body standards now are a product of media saturated with ideas upon ideas of perfect body. Perfect body becoming more perfect in a cycle hyper reality. Only 2D characters are perfect nowadays.
Yes, I did not shy from truth.
Oh yeah, how's your sleep,
See
Jimmy?
how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart. See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love.
There, that's a grape.
See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
I wonder how did she commission this painting to the artist? Like, you know, when I commission an artist for anything, I need to describe. So he's like, please draw my husband to be some kind of flailing fool. With a red cape.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression? The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him.
Personalization?
Senora, whatever problems your
She's
husband
taking
had,
it too personally.
they were problems he had before he even heard of you. Anyone he could have married would have had the exact same problems with him. Ain't
True.
nothing to do with you.
Yes, you are indeed correct. One cannot blame a boar for being a boar, even if you dress him up as a man.
True. What is sleep? Nor?
It would have been better for all if he had married a sow.
A sow.
At least everyone's expectations will be lined up, huh?
Quite so, Mr. Walls. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart.
Aw. She really don't believe that, like, man can be good. You know?
I maintained the illusion that he was my
True,
mom,
but I'm
because
just
that
wondering,
is what
like,
I
how
needed.
does she...
I was not ready to face the truth.
How does she talk to the artist, you know? Like, how does she order the painting? In the way that she deciphers it, you know what I mean?
Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua.
Penetrator?
Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of virtue? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals who would give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Ha ha ha! Overgeneralization.
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking. All men flock to her, as I'm sure you would.
Is she? Is she the inventor of twerking?
They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucifer.
Insane! This woman's insane! Dabs, hello! This woman's insane! Oh, she's not? She's not the inventor of twerking? Oh yeah, I'm so salty that my new alert didn't work properly earlier. I can twerk too now! Yeah! How you doing, Dabs?
Dang, Senora. Your overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as awful.
I don't know if y'all have met like any girls like this though, the one who's like, all men suck and stuff like that. I always feel awkward every time I'm in that kind of situation, not gonna lie. Lucrezia was daughter of former Pope Rodrigo Borgia, rumored to have been spicy with her bro Cesare, along with numerous other nobles. Oh, so that's a twerking in a different way.
Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones, but recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's
How
coming
you doing, Dabs? You're comparing people to gods.
You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test.
As much as I wanna say you're just being a complete grouch, that's not helping. I woke up meh, but I'm feeling better, I guess. I just do what I need to do, basically. I'm good, just had some roasted potatoes for breakfast. Hells yeah! Oh yeah, Ancient. I gotta need your wisdom on this. Okay, so recently, right, I saw on the freaking internet, I know all these times when I make roast potatoes, what I do is that I cut the potato, I blanch it a bit, maybe a bit more than a bit, and then I mix like olive oil with seasoning and bathe the potatoes with it, and then throw them in the oven, right? And recently I see this recipe called smashed potatoes. So basically after you boil the potato, you crush it so it's flat. Then it's supposed to be nice and crispy with a bit of mashing in the middle. But every single time I make that, it's just some soppy wet bullshit. Like, why? Why? Right? Like I know some of them don't use oven, but I really did just use the same method as how I make roast potatoes, and it never worked. And sometimes I put more oil because I thought it needs to be swimming in oil, and when the oil bubbles, you know, it kind of fry the potato, right? I know that's dumb, not gonna lie. On hindsight, it's kind of dumb. Maybe you can try frying it afterwards for a bit. I did. It's mostly making my air fryer dirty. Because the mashed potato is basically spilling around. So sad. I think you need more heat. Maybe next time I should try pan frying it instead, like the recipe does. The oven is more convenient though. Maybe I'll just stick with normal roast potato. It's more like less stressful, you know?
Frankie, we're never gonna be Mars. You weren't never gonna be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Isabella is so rude, but it's funny.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner.
Oh, he's okay with being a peasant. The Borgias have had numerous appearances in the limelight. The Assassin's Creed, TV show Borgias, The Conclave. Oh. I wonder if in the Assassin's Creed, the Lucrezia also twerking. Did she? What I do is I roast them in the oven and then air fry them to get the crispy outside. Oh! Whenever I struggle to crisp something, it's always not enough heat. Ah! I don't think I want to try that smashed potato anymore though. It's stressing me out. I'd rather eat either like mashed potato or roast potato. I think that's a safer way to do it.
Maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger.
True.
But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Senora, humanity is all we got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are.
Lucrezia did work a lot in Assassin's Creed and often cheated on her bro. How dare.
Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red that matches
Drinking
your eyes.
affects your decision making.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Well, thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease.
It's very real, this thing. When you're a perfectionist and you're letting it go, it feels like your life gonna go down in shambles. In a way, of all the clients, I can feel her the most. Maybe because my mom is like her. I mean, like, my mom is not like her. She's not a vampire. But, you know what I mean? Like, she shares the traits of a controlling mother. Which also kind of, like, I inherit. So I kind of can tell why she's feeling like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected.
And my mom is also someone who grew up in a family where women were not respected. So, she left home for a little, make a life for herself with my father, and then she came back to get accepted by that family again. So it's like that, like she feels like she needs to keep on proving herself as a woman and as a mom so that she can get accepted to something or that she can accept herself. So the one time she made a mistake, she got scammed. She legit couldn't she couldn't forgive herself for like weeks. It's insane. It is
I
insane.
alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it. But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
Control fallacy.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family? What if no one person was?
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Like, her to recognize that nobody, not even her, not anyone can like help with her situation, that's rough.
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
I think she will need to admit that she should have been chilled out a bit, you know what I mean? Which is a very very painful idea. Especially when she's fighting so hard to hold onto whatever that is, and turns out she shouldn't even have done that. God. People holding on to narratives that they are not fully sold on because of fear of what might happen if they lose that structure through. It's like, in the end, we would love an anchor to hold on, no? So the fact that she needs to let go of it, I'm like, wee.
You sound like a Calvinist.
Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I think I would feel relieved.
Really?
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did.
True. This one is true.
Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
Oh.
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Yay! This one is more successful than the previous client.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Samuel.
I hope
it
she'll
appears
feel
you have an
better.
admirer.
Oh, shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them.
And it's kind of funny because when my mom got scammed, right? Yeah, basically she's like that, right? Like, she felt like she should have been able to predict it, or she should have done something about it. And then she talked to me all about it. Then I'm like, making mistakes is normal though. And like, you're being kind because she thought that she's helping her friend. Like, you're being kind, and like, if people are using that kindness against you, that's not your problem, kind of thing. Like, that's not a problem on you. And then she said that she has wanted to like cry and relive it all for the past few weeks, but she couldn't. After I said that it's normal to make mistakes, etc., she cried for the first time. Then after that, she can move on. Then I'm like, that's good. Mistakes have a purpose to inform the next decision you make. True.
Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
Nah. I don't think I want Sam to date the woman as well.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
And you'd be like, yeah, just keep it in your mind, man.
You're just messing with me now.
Nobody makes zero mistakes. There are too many combinations of possibilities in the world to account for them all. True. But sometimes it's way easier to just blame ourselves, isn't it?
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Yeah, not gonna lie, it's true. It's funny.
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. You have a good night, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
He says that again. Yeah. Andy's rolling.
And I thought I had family problems. I need me a Crimson special after that one. Howdy, Crimson. Think you could fashion me up one of them blood cocktails?
I reckon so. Got a lot on your mind tonight, cowboy.
Yeah, I might be falling in love with Signora Isabella Desi.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real tough family issues to go through, and it got me thinking about my own. Or my lack of family, at least.
Aw.
You got any family left?
Makes me want to go through his journal for a bit.
Great granddaughter kicking around apparently, but she's got no connection to this old cowpoke. Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
I'll be terrified. I'll be terrified and very confused, because why would my ancestor be freaking American?
I see your point. Sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
I kind of want to see his journal now. Okay, 14/20/24. He went to the cruise ship. Eating and screwing. You're laughing at me for saying yeehaw, but what else do you say to an experience like that? He rode a water slide and said yeehaw. Fluffy! Is that like a new way to call me? Memle! Landed in Rotterdam, Amsterdam, transportation to Coffin, vampire sightseeing. How you doing, Fluffy? How's your sleep? Apparently this place has been accepting of Hatins like us for a long time. Oh, so he's living in Amsterdam now. I went to vampire coffee shop. They funnel in the stoners from upstairs to secret club. Oh, gave me the munchies, something fierce. Right in from Berlin today. Oh, he went all over the world. Kinky stuff. Apparently nice art scene. Da papa. I don't even have to speak German. What a day. Made it to Andy's club in Leipzig. Oh, this is when he first come to the therapy thing. But he makes you feel at home but naked. Oh, and I went to the kink room. Some more therapy stuff. Oh yeah, this is where the therapy starts. Oh, I want to see the entry where he talk about his horse. Let's see. Plumfley! It's like freaking Harry Potter character names now. Jim Hay! How's your sleep, Fluffy? Oh yeah, Gray said hello to Fluffy. From YouTube. They're real fancy here. Gaslighting superpowers. Watch folks watching the movies. Autobahn. Funny birds. Oh, he doesn't talk about his therapy at all. Why is he not journaling his own therapy stuff?
How do you
So
think
weird.
she's handling her therapy so far?
I'm barely awake, alive even. Collect your spirits, Fluffy. And roll off the bed. Pretty well.
I think she's doing pretty well, honestly. She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
True.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway. You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not
She has
too fond
cancer
of my
diagnosis.
lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive. And I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
That's fun.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old corpse, but death comes when it comes.
Oh yeah, that
Sometimes
dog, super
he's
cute,
still
isn't it,
waiting for
Gray?
me to give him an opening.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
Oh yeah, she's half
There is,
then.
but I'm not talking about it tonight. A little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Bullshit. I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
Bullshit.
But what is it?
Black Widow. Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Why should I be upset? What has happened has happened.
I can totally imagine Andy saying that.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm going. See you later, Crimson.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want the royal virgin now.
There we are. Gotta get me one of these fancy coffins for back home. Now, let's see. What am I in the mood for? I think I'm either gonna find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm gonna
Oh,
watch
I
Shane get
love
smacked in
Little
the head
Women.
with a hot iron. Or I'm going to bed. I can always turn to the outcuts in my times of doubt. Somehow they got above it all and started exploring humanity. Now, where was that line? All right, here in Chapter 8. I am angry nearly every day of my life, Joe, but I have learned not to show it, and I still hope to learn not to feel it, though it may take me another 40 years to do so.
I think this is the oldest sister's line.
Yeah, that sounds like the Senora. Hope she doesn't have to wait too much longer,
True.
and that I'm not making it worse.
Like the whole, I think in literature, especially for beginners, the best book for like feminism talk is Little Women. Plus, they're adorable. I like them.
Well, that's enough fun for one day. Good night, son. See you in hell.
How little we're talking. Hey, they're itty-bitty inside your pocket, you know, Jimmy?
Samuel, greetings. I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Oh my god, I hate him though. The actor friend is a freaking gaslighter. I hate it. He's so fucking dramatic.
So, I still ain't sure I'm the right therapist for that fella.
There may not be a right therapist for him, but let us think positively. He has put himself in your care, and that is a tremendous step.
He's so annoying though. Gosh.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking it's gonna be an uphill battle, though.
At least his core distortion is clear, don't you think? You know what it is, I am sure.
Don't know, being a jackass. Which one? Which one? He thinks everything is from him and about him? Maybe it's personalization?
It's personalization, right?
Of course, a distortion common to many with narcissistic tendencies.
Blech.
Yep, it's the Edmund Keane show, all day, every day.
I recognize your disdain, but pause a moment. It must be difficult for Edmund to make everything all about him all the time, don't you think?
Really? I think for most people it's easier than you think.
He doesn't have to make everything about him, though.
He doesn't know that. Keep digging, Samuel. You will find his truth. Choose your distortions well.
Should statement, control fallacy, labeling, over generalized. Nope. Black and white thinking.
I think I'm all holstered up now.
Very good, Samuel. I wish you patience and compassion. Good luck.
Do I have those though? I think it will be difficult, not in the sense that it isn't hard to do, but that being the center of the universe can give you the weight of the universe. All he does is look down on people anyway. He thinks he's the greatest alive. I cannot, man. It's pissing me off. The freaking game character is pissing me off, Gry.
See you later, Andy.
Gosh.
All right, now what did Andy teach me? Breathe.
I try.
I think I'm ready. Right on time. I think I hear him coming. Hey, Edmund, good to see you. How you been feeling these past few weeks?
Empty, my dear boy. Empty. I am but a vessel made for a single purpose. But alas, and alack, that purpose is in supply most rare.
Me.
You mean acting, right?
Aye, that's the rub. Acting, my dear boy. Acting. My thespian blood goes rancid with stagnation, and the only cure seems to me irreprehensible now.
Can he talk like a normal person? It takes me quite like some brain power for me to actually like
I do
understand
not
what
wish
he's
to face these
saying.
mortal directors, for they dare to tell me my art.
True. It's true that I should be empathetic as well, just like what Andy said, but oh my god, this guy, man. Look at his face. How can I take this seriously?
Ain't that what directors are supposed to do?
He's too immersed in the Shakespeare's English. I feel like Shakespeare English is... Yeah, I guess it's as annoying as this, but you know...
Oh, my dear boy. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them.
Okay.
No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
I feel like nowadays it's pretty rare for narcissists to actually say things out loud like this, isn't it? So what happens is that they just gonna like have the distortion of the narcissist, but they don't say it out loud like this. Heck, they're gonna humble brag instead. Which is double annoying, not gonna lie. Is it the black or white? Or the labeling? I think it's black or white.
Nobody's saying you ain't great, Eddie. You're talking in extremes. If every actor's awful or perfect, what the heck's a director supposed to do?
Be there. That's a challenge. He cannot get out of acting mode and it makes his face a caricature. Even when not at work, he still needs to play the greatest work of all, which is Ed Moon Keen the greatest. Oh god. Smack him and maybe he'll wake up.
A most unenviable position, to be sure. I have directed and did find it most odious. Indeed, a great actor can make the less talented seem even smaller.
Whatever. What is odious? Let's see. Define odious. Extremely unpleasant or repulsive. Okay, well, I learned a lot of new words today and I'll forget again in the future. This is how I learned English, by the way, growing up. Like, at first, yeah, sure, there are textbook, grammars, etc. But like, after I moved to an international school, they encourage me to just read books. And then like, if I catch a word that I don't know, either look it up or just use it in a sentence and somehow it will make sense. Hate-worthy, yep.
But you get it. All the director's doing is making sure everyone's doing what they're best at, right? That ain't saying you ain't great.
I suppose, but it is most frustrating when I know best.
Well, maybe you can help me understand a little better. You said that greatness was thrust upon you, right? How did that happen?
Ah, you are curious to hear what circumstances created this actor non-pare. I cannot blame you. Well, recounting such a history will please me indeed. I first rattled the foundations of the stage as a mere babe. Indeed, too young for memory, and yet old enough to command attention.
I wonder if his parents overpraise him or something. That's why it's like this. Odio hate. Oh.
Clad only in swaddling cloth at the age of 4, I was Cupid himself. But my arrows seemingly went astray, for the entirety of the audience fell in love with me.
Exactly, Jar. Exactly. This guy needs to be farted on. It's so annoying. How are we doing, Jar?
It is the stuff of legend. For tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own
Good
greatness.
morning.
But it does prove that I was indeed born great.
Lots of vocab to be learned from my exposure to media. Yep. And like sometimes when we choose a book that we actually like, we tend to push through, you know, no matter how difficult the English is. Yar. Yar. It is a stuff of legend for tender in my mind. I forgot to listen to him. As tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own greatness, but it does prove that I was indeed... Oh, whatever.
But you said greatness was thrust upon you.
Alright.
It was a matter of necessity. You may not guess it from my gentle speech, but I am no lordling.
Oh, he's not rich.
Selfishly, and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil when I was but a babe in arms, ere I ever graced the stage. It left my mother and myself in dire straits.
Personalization.
You said your old man died selfishly. Well, what do you mean?
Well, what kind of a father drinks himself to death when he has a beautiful baby son at home? I at least waited until my son was older before I did the same.
Bruh.
Eddie, come on. Listen to yourself. I'm sure you didn't die to spite your son, just as your pa didn't die to spite you.
I suppose that incentive to push through difficult wording also helps with other languages. Yeah,
I ain't gonna deny his choices hurt you, but they weren't all about you.
it's true.
Forgive me then. 'Tis ever the fate of an actor to feel every emotion more keenly. The situation my mother and I were left in was most precarious.
Precarious.
We were the lowest of the low, you see. We lived in the rookeries and begged for our bread.
Oh.
But he that hath wit must make content with his fortune's fit. And oh, did we beg! She was my Queen Gertrude, and I her filthy little Hamlet. Did I mention I played Hamlet at age 14?
Cool.
No, I hadn't heard that.
Well, anyway, my mother was a competent actress, but it was my wit alone that saved us from destitution.
Okay.
Forsooth, I was so prodigious that, at the age of 7, I garnered the attention of one Reginald Flopbot of the Worthington Flopbots.
I'm sorry, but this name might be real. But this name is funny.
'Twas he who paid to get me off the streets and into the dormitories. He said, "Edmund, my cherub, the streets are not for you. One day you will be the greatest of actors."
Hey, how about that? You went and proved him right.
Piffle. Master Flopbot never gave a fig about my potential. I was a prop to him, a symbol of his generosity and high breeding.
Huh.
Every month he would stage an elaborate party with all the well-to-do society of London. The dandy fop would stand upon a dais and announce himself as the savior of the city's poor.
Jen, hello, how you doing? Good morning. Did you know at HX I did Y counter? Maybe I should pull out my freaking gin and, like, as shitty as it is without any mixer, I should start downing it. Playing Final Fantasy? How are you? Oh, Fluffy has finished the main story quest, I heard. I'm good in general, Jen. I mean, nothing bad has happened, so it's all good. But not gonna lie, I was feeling a meh. A bit a meh.
That was my cue. I would be lowered down from the rooftop, wearing naught but swaddling clothes and a set of opulent wings. The gentry's delight was my dungeon. But I would flit among them, reprising my breakout role as Cupid by shooting little arrows of love at them.
Out of the expansions, I cannot finish the story. Nor!
At the age of 7, it was most disquieting. At 11, on the cusp of manhood, the shame was too much to bear.
God, he gotta, like, go around freaking wearing cloth. I mean, his life is tough. Wait, why do you need the expansion to finish the story, though? Is it like the paid membership thing?
Dang, Eddie, that sounds awful. That Flopbot fella had no right to do that to you.
No, indeed. I remember my last performance quite vividly. The titters and leering glances from the guests linger ever in the back of my mind. And fool that I was, I played my part still. I should have plunged mine arrows into that fool Flopbot's chest instead of shaming myself.
Good statement. I finished the main story of all the expansions I have, but not the latest one. Oh.
Hold on a sec there. You saying you should have stood up for yourself. Where the heck does that come from?
Not gonna lie, on my therapy I say this a lot too. I mean, I don't say that I must shoot my parents with an arrow, but I'm saying that I should have stood up for myself, kind of thing.
You were 11 years old. How the heck were you supposed to know any better?
I knew enough to know that being paraded around in swaddling clothes was a farce, and yet I played along. So yes, I should have done something about it.
What can he do though at the time with the knowledge he had? What? It is our star! No bonking!
And then what would have happened?
I don't know, but I would have been spared the indignity that I participated in.
You didn't have those answers then, and ain't nobody would expect you to. That's kind of how exploitation works, Eddie.
Indeed, the word exploit was not even in the standard lexicon at that point. How could I have known? Regardless.
But like in at the time when my therapist was legit like, but you didn't know, like you didn't have the knowledge you needed. I was like, I'm like a shocked Pikachu face. It's like the notion isn't there. Wait. Yeah, he's not going to the gaslighting part yet. You know what? I'm gonna go pee first. How about that? I'm gonna go pee for a bit. So yeah, on Twitch I'm around the ad so it doesn't happen later. Y'all might see a freaking gaslighting attempt. It's kinda annoying, but I gotta go through with it, so yes. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Back to this freaking Edmund Keen. I gotta choose dinner, so I took quite some time.
I swore that night to never be a puppet again. I stole away and gave myself to the mercy of Poseidon. The bargain was struck, and he swallowed up my hated swaddling clothes and wings. In desperation, I signed on with a mercantile shipping agency. I thought perhaps that my body would bend more than my soul. But oh, did I toil! Life upon the sea is most cruel. Biting winds did carve my visage. Low words hardened my heart, and heavy weights left me bent. By the time I had fulfilled my bargain with the Lord of the Sea, I had become an older man, my efforts etched into every crease on my face.
Yeah, his life is tough. I swore to never be a puppet.
Dang, sounds intense. How long were you at this job?
At least he can like choose his role, no? Because he used to be a cupid.
An age, a life, 6 months, each one
Bro!
a hungry leech torn from my bleeding body.
He talk as if he freaking did it for 30 years or something. It turns out it's 6 months.
I am convinced this gauntlet was prepared for me alone. For ne'er in history has one so blessed by grace been subjected to such toil.
Personalization.
Hey, I gotta stop you there. It's gonna be a lot easier to accept your truth when you realize you ain't alone in your suffering. Hell, there ain't nothing more human than suffering. And historically, kids ain't had it so good.
But none suffered as I suffered. A boy such as I was not meant for such misery.
Compadre, I had my first kill and no home at 12 years old. My brother had a stutter his whole life on account of the regular beatings my stepdaddy gave him.
Gosh.
Maybe your suffering felt like the only suffering in the world, but it wasn't. And it'll hurt less when you realize you weren't alone. But keep telling me your story. I already know there ain't nobody like you in the world, so don't worry on that account.
Now then, at last, we close the circle as nature ever demands. I return to London and into the graces of my dear Uncle Moses and his comely mistress, Charlotte. 'Twas she who filled my dramaturgical quiver with dire arrows, fletched by the bard himself. And when my deft fingers plucked the bow of humanity, at last I was free.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on.
Huh?
I cannot speak more plainly. The good woman taught me the works of Shakespeare, and armed with this knowledge, I conquered the stage and saved myself from toil.
There you go.
Oh, well, right.
And so, you see, the die was cast from the moment I was born. The stage was made for me, and it was my skill upon it that saved me from the streets, and saved me once again from a life at sea.
Eddie, my man, I got some good news and bad news for you. The truth of the matter is, fate doesn't give a stable full of horse shit about you.
True.
Ain't none of us are that special. The world ain't waiting for us to show up. It's just gonna keep turning.
Oh, he's gonna be mad if we keep on telling him that he's not special though.
Perhaps you are right, my dear boy. You are correct. My success was not because of the fates, but in spite of them. The fates said, Edmund, you are a child of the slums. But I shamed the immortal hags in my own manner. The stage roused my spirit.
I know, right?
I
It's so
knew
annoying, right?
My destiny lay upon it.
I can see why acting means so much to you, Eddie. I probably feel damn near the same about the things that got me out of my bad days.
Thank you. Then you understand how my alienation from the theater does pain me so. And yet, the cure is as deadly as the illness. These damnable critics! Not a single lifetime among them, and they deign to challenge my interpretation of the written word.
It's subjective though.
They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bear my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet profiles.
They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. Shit, so hard. They cannot relate, even though I bare my soul, and they'll all sneer and malign it. I don't think they care about you that much, but
For someone that lives for adulation, Edmund has a dim view of his fans, don't you think?
They simply cannot relate to my
Someone that
They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bare my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet profiles.
You're so certain that them critics are all the same, but I think that ain't being honest with yourself.
pretty much he's sore that people mock him when he shares, be it true or not. I think he's just being extra.
Not all critics are bad. It takes work to be good at something, so
It's
of course
like-
the decent critics are gonna be rarer.
Like, they're called a critic for a reason, no? Like, they're not just random Redditor or something. So, like, the fact that he's generalizing them in that way is kind of, you know...
What you say rings true. Indeed, although past critics were flabbergasted at my portrayal of King Lear, not all were. And modern perspectives have affirmed that my interpretation was nothing short of brilliant.
Yeah, you get it. I took a look at your Wikipedia entry last night, Eddie. Maybe you've had a few bad critics here and there, but history says you're a legend, and your work speaks for itself. Hell, you were around before film was ever a thing, and people still remember you.
Ah, your words warm me, as an ersatz son for the one we have forsaken. With thy help shall I gird my soul mayhap, and grace the stage once more.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the biggest thing stopping you from getting back up on that stage right now?
That it all simply might not be worth it. Why should I bear my damned soul when the audience hath not the sight to see it?
I'm more like, I feel like he's a nightmare to work with.
Maybe I can ask you a question then. What if there were no audience?
No audience? Do you know what a stage is, sir? It is a platform where life in brief may be portrayed. It is a platform because it is separate from the audience. Without such, the stage ceases to be a stage.
As in, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Oh.
Simply but elegantly put, my dear boy. Without the audience, the stage loses all meaning, like a monarch without a kingdom.
Like, oh,
Just a minute there, partner. You're saying that the stage is nothing without the audience. But I gotta ask you, where does the acting come from?
Ah, but from simple tongues, the purest of queries, narrow in breadth, but as deep as the sea. The source of acting is everything, my boy. The beating of every heart, the cry of every child, the fluttering of a butterfly's wings. The roots of acting are intertwined with those of life itself.
So does acting come from the audience or from everything?
My dear boy, you prove yet again, as the bard oft did, that 'tis the fool who sees the truth as it is. I bow to your simple wisdom.
Okay.
Thanks, I guess. Let's figure out how we can bring it back to acting. Forget the audience. I know we can't see in mirrors and all, but what do you think of filming yourself?
Brilliant notion. Yes, I shall become my own audience. I shall bring myself to rapture. Forsooth, if I cannot pleasure myself, whom can I pleasure?
It's so weird to use the word pleasure here, but okay.
We're still talking about acting, right?
Oh, my dear boy, the pleasures of the flesh are secondary to one who knows character above all else. Indeed, we speak of the noble art. I shall do as you suggest. If there is one on this lonely orb that can inspire an artist such as I, it is myself.
You know what I'm curious about, Gry? I'm curious what if he and the Signora are being put together in one room. Let's see what kind of talk can they do. You know what I mean?
I ain't sure I'd put it exactly that way, but I think you're touching on the thing we've been talking about. The motivation's got to come from you, amigo.
We are of one mind, dear boy. Perhaps I left my muse in the mortal realm, but I shall find him once more. Not only for myself, but also for my public. Yea, the masses flock to my Wikipedia page as moths to a flame, each a silent plea for the return of the one true artisan of the stage.
Shit. This is hard because his English is weird. My brain is not functioning. Personalization.
Hold your horses there, fella. You're reading a little too much into the whole Wikipedia thing. There's 1.5 million reasons why people might be looking you up. I mean, I hear tell the biggest Wikipedia page out there is the one for that coronavirus that got all them mortals all worked up. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that coming back.
True.
And thus dost thou scuttle a burgeoning friendship with the cannons of enmity. Why must you challenge me so?
That's my job, compadre. Ain't we had some good breakthroughs today? We couldn't have gotten there if I'd been busy agreeing with everything you said.
True.
Oh, very well. But I still say you are most vexatious.
I've been called worse. I think we got some homework for you, though, right? You're gonna film yourself and do some acting for its own sake. We'll check back in a few weeks. But Eddie, I think you're doing great. We made a lot of progress today.
Yay.
Naturally, the human condition is my oeuvre. Nevertheless, you have been a competent guide. You have reminded me of what is most important in unlife. Me.
We are far from fixing this guy, man. We are far from that. I think he edits his own Wikipedia page. I won't be surprised. Heck, he should have done that instead of like disturbing me here.
I should like to give you a gift.
Oh, come on. You don't need to do nothing like that.
Nonsense. It is meaningless to me, but it is beyond price for you. It is my headshot, signed with my autograph.
His smile is funny.
Oh, thanks, Eddie.
Cherish it always. If you help me to find my muse, then it is a gift even more precious. And I will find it ere we next meet. Of that, I promise you.
Okay, cool.
Well, let's not put the pressure on, amigo. Just enjoy some acting. That's all I'm asking for. I'll see you in a few weeks then, okay?
Verily, so it shall
Go!
be.
Go!
Godspeed then, boy.
Go away!
Thou shalt witness me new and on. Farewell.
Oh my god.
A job well done, Samuel.
Thank
I
you.
was particularly impressed at the way you challenged Edmund on what acting means to him.
Me too. That was pretty smart.
Yeah, he's
I know,
a
right?
weird fella, but I think he's gonna do okay.
A weird fella. Yeah, that's the best way to describe him, I guess.
It can be hard for our kind to retain our intrinsic motivation. Something must keep him going. I do hope that he will find his.
True.
But you, Samuel, must rest. The work you have done in these past 2 months deserves to be celebrated, so do not linger here in this dusty room. Perhaps you can even be encouraged to dance.
I think I'm gonna need a lot more therapy myself to get to that point.
Very well, Samuel. Then let us at least make sure you get well nourished. Find
Thank
a
you.
friendly neck downstairs, my friend. You deserve it. And rest in peace.
Yay! He's not too crazy this time. Now I'm like less scared. That guy scares me.
Well, they say don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys, but maybe don't let them be actors either.
I know, right?
Time to dish with Crimson a little. I gotta talk to some more folks, though. Andy's mainly my teacher, so I'm starting to feel like Crimson's my only friend. Hey, only friend.
Lizzie, good morning. Hey, only friend. Wow.
Excuse me?
What? Oh, yeah, Crimson. Hey, Crimson.
Are you blushing, vampire?
No, that ain't possible.
It's all right. It's nice to hear from a vampire who's younger than Jesus. Now, let's hear how this week went before you go out there and find friend number 2.
All right, real quick. This client of mine, he had a real bad time as a kid. Well, worse than I did, it sounds like. But he found fame early, and now he's talking about fate and how he's destined for greatness again.
Met plenty of destined for greatness folk in D.C. I lost patience for it. How do you think you handled him?
Pretty
I
well.
learned my lessons from the last session. He didn't threaten to jump off a cliff this time or anything. I gave him an assignment to film himself doing something he loves doing. He seemed excited about that.
You're either brave or adorable, Sam Walls.
There's nothing brave about it. As for adorable, well, some have used words to that effect before.
Drain has taken Edmund Keen's place as the most obnoxious client easily. I think... Nah, Edmund is still the worst, in my opinion. Like, the word choices he makes, the sentence forms, God, I hate him. Not because it's difficult, but it's because like it's full of cockiness. Like in a way, the three clients have their own way, kind of like arrogance to them. But it's like I cannot stand Edmund the most. I hope you are well, Sissy.
Okay, now
I'm
I
hating
know
on
you're
3D
confident
characters
enough
now.
to get out there. Giddy up.
Here we go. Right to the edge of the dance floor, but not on it. Don't want
Yeah,
anyone to get any
that's
funny
good. You
ideas.
had a good sleep.
Once more alone, I see.
Oh, it's her again.
You scared the
Panopti
shit out of
Bella.
me.
But you can't shit. You're a vampire. Know that I see much, vampire, and that I like what I see.
Oh, it's her again. Well, I was hoping to find a mortal friend, or at least a willing Nick. Now, what do mortals at this time talk about?
Be awkward about everyday annoyances.
So, daylight savings time, huh? Whose idea was that, Van Helsing, am I right?
I like daylight savings. I can see things more clearly in the daylight, but I can also see how this policy is inconsiderate to vampires.
True.
I'm sorry, vampire. I see how this could be an inconvenience.
She kept on making puns with icy and ice and stuff like that.
You see a lot, don't you?
Why don't you tell me what you see?
I see an interesting mortal. Someone observant. Someone who
Is
isn't
she
afraid to have their own
mortal?
style.
That is what you observe. It is not what you see.
Oh, fine, you tell me what I see.
You see the long vein across my throat. It looks very juicy, doesn't it?
Oh, she's immortal?
Well, now that you mention it, it does.
Then consent is given. Do not hesitate, vampire.
Blue vein! Blue vein!
Shucks, that was something else. You got good circulation there.
I see. And what do I taste like?
Kinda earthy. You could use some iron. What do you eat most often?
I eat a lot of carrots. They're supposed to be.
That's where I gotta drink carrot juice. For my eyesight, I hated that. I'm okay with eating carrots. I'm not okay with freaking drinking it.
I see now that you are tired and wish to enter your state of torpor.
Well, maybe I'll see myself out then.
That's offensive. I'm going to leave now.
Shoot, was it something I said? Well, at least I got a full belly. And now, time for some shut-eye.
Bruh.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing the Ancient One tonight, aren't you?
What ancient one? Oh, the streamer. But I think I'm stop for today. Because I'm getting tired. Let's save this one first though. Yeah. Okay. I'm just glad that I don't need to fight that freaking monster anymore. Eepy. Yeah, I sleep better today compared to yesterday, but this game drains my brain out, man. It squeezes it. Thank you for stopping by, Sissy. I hope your day goes well. And the one on YouTube first, as usual. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support and for the lurks. And as usual, your like and subscribe is gonna help me make more content. And if you wanna, you can check the description down below. There are links. Some of it are my merch, Discord server, and even charity I support. So if you can stop by and look around, and maybe you can tip this creator, please feel free to do so. But as always, I'm always happy to be hanging with you all. So, you know, and like, yeah, for those on Twitch, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, here it is. There you go. But yeah, my next stream will be on Thursday. Right? Yeah, Thursday. I still haven't decided what game to play on that day. Most likely I'll be playing Timberborn again. Even though that game is the bane of my existence. Because I kind of want to achieve the other achievement. And then I'll be okay. Or maybe I'll play gacha, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and hanging out. But for now, bye! Oh, have a good time, Zone Grind, by the way. Bye!